And it's time for another session of the Left Turn at the Lost Mines. But first, we must go over what happened last week. After the rest, they light some torches, not tiki torches, news, and cautiously go through the tunnel. As they come to the end of the tunnel, they encounter a sally port with differently marked tiles. As certain tiles were pressed, they heard distant sounds. Through coordinated efforts, they managed to find panels to expose a lock on a gate at the end of the path. They roll barrels onto these plates, open the gate, and head forth. They sally forth outside. They were greeted with a stream and managed to make it across safely. I feel like Notes could have buffered that event, but they got across. They attempted to go towards where they previously saw the officer, avoiding fires, but when they got close, no one was there. They came across a cart with a mortally wounded mercenary. Thinking this might be good enough to take back to the commander of the keep, Ellywick stabilizes him to take back. I believe he said something about not being dead. Thinking he'll go for a walk now. As they question him more, they find this is just the type of person they're looking for. His name is Tholium, which I'm sure we'll all forget. They bind him and head back towards the tunnel. He tries to whistle to make noise, but William prestidigitates his whistles into harmless Musquato buzzing. While crossing the river back, they stumble a bit, but they manage to get the prisoner across despite the fact that he slipped and knocked himself unconscious. I forgot about that. After crossing back into the sally port, they knock the barrels off the plates, closing the gate behind them. They make their way back through the tunnel and to the keep. Following orders, they take the prisoner to Governor Nighthill. After long interrogations, Nighthill admits he's been hired to pillage for the cultists of Tiamat. Wait, Nighthill admitted that? No. I think the prisoner admitted that to Nighthill. Galdap's notes suck. Offering nothing more of use, he's taken to the dungeon. The governor saunters onto the parapet outside, and the group follows. A half-dragon, followed by kobolds, prods 4 prisoners into the firelight and offers to trade them back if the keep sends out their best champion. Instantly, Zerevex accepts. There was no waiting, no questioning, no talking. He's like me. A ring of kobolds form around their leader, and Zerevex enters into the ring with Langdedrosa. Somebody else will probably forget. After a mighty battle, Zerevex manages to best Lang. Governor Nighthill thanks the group for taking out the champion, and they notice that the blue dragon terrorizing the town retreats. That's a good thing. After a long day, the group heads towards the barracks to take a full rest. Zerevex communes with Sigil and asks if the blue dragon champion is the one from her vision. She affirms that this champion he has defeated was the target, but suggests there are further matters at hand that require death instead of just defeat. William goes to drink one of his chaotic bottles of wine and finds that they're all gone. Yeah, maybe you should review some of the other videos and you'll find out why. So he just drinks something else instead because that's what he does. Ellywick communes with nature and has an odd conversation with Barzu about Helm. It seems that his eye may have something to do with Helm, but he does not expound upon this concept. Upon awakening, Governor Nighthill requests the company of the group to deliberate on where the raiders might have gone with the treasure from Green Nest. He offers 250 jeeps to each member of the party to recover the treasure. As they speak, a wounded fellow comes to the party and mentions that a renowned martial artist, Leosin Erlanthar, that Morose has definitely heard of, is now missing, with only his staff and amulet left behind. The man identifies himself as Nnesim Willadara, a brother of Leosin, and they'd been traveling to the great library of Candle Keep. They were searching for the writings of dragons and how to defeat them. He suggests that the bandits might have taken Leosin and that the group should liberate him from them. Upon hearing that bandits might have Leosin, Morose asks Governor Nighthill to bring the prisoner back for one more questioning. Through interrogation, Morose learns that they need to travel a path outside of town, well trampled and find Athaf Wilson to head towards the hatchery that the cultists are protecting. And then Lark fell asleep IRLs. Lol. Got up out! Jeeps!
Okay. So yay! Guys, talk with Nnesim. Told you about Leosin.
Beep beep, I'm a Jeep.
So, yeah, that's where we're at. What are you guys gonna do?
Okay, so we have just finished talking with what's his face? Or we just finished with the interrogation. I'm assuming that the dungeon or the prisoner goes back to the dungeon.
Yes.
And is it what time of day is it now?
It is early morning now.
Okay, so we slept through the night.
Yep. Everyone lived this time. No promises on next time.
That's nice. And so I guess with the blue dragon guy retreating from here, it's safe to leave this place and pursue Leosin or find Athaf Wilson.
So if you guys look outside, you no longer see raiders out and about. There's some fires that are in the process of being put out. There's a lot of fires that have already burnt out, but there are no raiders amongst the town of Green Nest.
Okay.
The most half-hearted siege I've ever seen.
Yep.
No siege towers, no catapults.
Man, one of our champions got bested. Let's all turn away in shame and just totally forget about it.
Such sore losers.
Yep.
Wait, you guys interrogated the prisoner and he told you why they were there.
Yeah, but I don't remember that conversation.
Treasure.
Yes.
All they cared about was treasure. Well, that's all he cared about, but I didn't think that he spoke for the entire raiding party.
Well, he was a bandit. So take it with a grain of salt.
Can we take it with 250 jeeps?
Do they have 4-wheel drive? Because that's going to help.
Apparently.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so I guess we should go ahead and head out and look for that path.
Governor Nigel did offer to provide any gear or supplies that you guys need, as long as it's nothing magical or too elaborate. So if you need bullets for your sling or arrows or something like that, you'd be able to get those now.
That include provisions such as food and booze.
Yes, those would be considered normal, non-magical supplies.
I was going to say we should definitely at least have breakfast or something.
How many, how much food, torches, and whatnot would we be able to get each?
So a normal supply would be you could get 10 rations and 4 torches each. That would be considered their normal supplies.
What would that be if I converted that all into, let's say, alcohol?
Not doing that.
Sound good?
Booze count, you could get booze. You could get 1 not water skin. Yes, water skin of alcohol of your choice, as long as it's a non-magical alcohol with your rations. And that applies to everyone. Obviously, Green Nest is known for its brewing.
How much alcohol was that?
1 water skin of alcohol of your choice.
What are my choices?
Whatever non-magical alcohol you want. It could be champagne, but it's not going to last very long.
They have margaritas?
Are you gonna put lime around the outside little sip spot?
If they got it.
You see
Salt
millions
goes
of
around the
them.
outside.
What was that, Frost?
Salt goes around the outside, not lime.
Actually, you wet the rim with lime and then salt the rim.
Either way.
How would I close the water skin if there was salt on it? That doesn't make sense.
You're the one that
How
wants
do
a
you drink
margarita.
a margarita without salt?
You got
This is
salt
a
in the
chicken and
last
egg
town.
thing.
I think I have salt in my pack.
You got it from the last town. Like
Yeah,
you went
so
up
I'm
to them.
good. I'm good. I can just add it to the drink itself when I'm ready to go.
Okay, do you have a lime?
Yeah, I was gonna say you need lime.
No, I don't have a lime.
Make sure to ask for that lime.
Do they have any limes?
If you want margarita, the guy giving you provisions will look at you kind of slyly and then slide across the table 3 limes, and then he weeps.
That's perfect.
What kind of can limes grow in this climate?
No.
They're imported.
Yeah, they're imported.
We're importing during times of war.
Well, it wasn't the time of war until like a day ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, since this is Greenness, which bears a close resemblance to one of my favorite breweries, Green Bush, I'm going to ask if they have any Unicorn Killer. It's a type of beer.
They say they do, and you can have one water skin of it.
Yay!
Everybody remember to add this to your pack. And it's the same weight of, like, I think it's like 5 pounds. It's a full
Yep,
water
5
skin.
pounds full.
Yeah, so add it to your inventory.
How much does a lime weigh?
10 pounds.
3 limes will weigh like 0.25 pounds.
Okay.
Source on that is that I bought lemons a few days ago.
I'll take 8 rations. I don't need alcohol.
You're not going to take the full 10 rations?
How many rations can I carry reasonably?
As many as you can before you become encumbered.
They're 2 pounds.
I'm already encumbered. I don't know how to weigh that.
Oh, sorry, immobile.
Oh,
Not encumbered.
How do we know what our limit is?
It's your strength times, 15. And then on your sheet, it tells you, like, you are currently, like, Ellywick, it says, like, you're currently encumbered. But that's where that number comes from. Most
Wait.
people are at least encumbered when they have just, like, their normal kit. It says, like, you can have the Explorer kit or whatever. Most people get encumbered at that. I don't play with this affecting you until you become immobile. But there would technically be things that would affect
You said it's times 15?
I think so.
Because mine says I'm encumbered, and I'm only at 127. And I'm pretty sure 16 times 15 is a lot more than 127. Why does it keep scrolling?
That is to your immobile.
It's because there's actually 3 layers of it. There's lightweight, medium weight, heavyweight, then immobile.
Mine keeps scrolling like all the way freaking down.
So when you have your strength times 15, that's you're unable to walk completely. But it'll tell you, I think, like, Lark, you're heavily encumbered, right?
Yeah.
I looked at your sheet not too long ago.
I'm getting close, I think.
Probably could.
So a water skin is 5 whole pounds?
Yes.
When
almost-
full.
Yes.
Damn.
I'll just have to drink that here soon.
do they have anything better for slings than the ball bearings I have?
They've got bullet.
Are those more accurate or
Um,
bigger, or
they would be a little bit more accurate than your ball bearings. Ball bearings are a much lighter, so like you would pour some ball bearings into your sling, whereas a bullet you would put 1 bullet into your sling.
okay? I guess I'll take some of those. What would be a normal like bag full?
They would give you 80 bullets. 80.
Okay.
Is there anywhere to sell here? Because I just realized I didn't have my rope with 10 pounds on it, and now I'm immobile.
Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give something to somebody. Oh, bring your rug out and put stuff on that so you can walk around.
Yeah, I'm afraid something's going to happen to that rug.
I mean, right now, you can't move at all because if you're mobile, there's no moving.
Right. But is there a place to sell here?
Yeah, you would be able to find some merchants that are holed up. There are some that naturally live in the keep, and then there's some that were brought in with the raid. So
Okay.
if you wander the keep, if you're saying like I'm going to wander the keep, then you will run into a merchant.
Okay, I'm gonna wander the keep. Can I just like end up typing out everything I want to sell and just telling me what they'll give it to me for?
Well, first, how are you going to start moving again?
I'll get that carpet out and I'm gonna pile lots of stuff on it.
Are you just going to pile the stuff that you're going to sell?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, if you want to go ahead. You know, I didn't see that Zerevex had already answered the question.
I answered it just the same time as you, basically.
Oh, gotcha. I was looking at Lark's items.
That's really light.
That's per bullet.
Oh, per bullet.
What was it? 20 is a pound and a half.
I mean, I have to do math.
It's just times 80. You have a phone. No, you do.
If you don't have.
I know. I have a calculator. I'll be okay. I just.
Actually,
Yeah,
your
hit the
inventory
Windows
should
key
be
and type in
able to
calc.
do it
It
Yeah.
should actually auto-calculate for you if you just put in the weight there and type in the amount of bullets that you have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't want to
'cause-
put, you don't want to like calculate it, put that in there, and then type 80 bullets because that's different.
Well, because I did
I
that for
believe
my
1,000
1,000
pounds.
barbarians because I was just told they were 2 pounds. And so.
I think the beaver pelts are weighing me down.
How much do the beaver pelts weigh?
10 pounds each.
Good lord.
I have
No,
3
no,
of them.
Gretchen, we both can't change it at the same time.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
No,
know
you
what was
have
going on.
880.
I think she's okay with that. She'll never need to find ammo again.
Okay. You can. So, Lark, if you have your list, you would be able to find a merchant. Is anybody else going to try to do anything else before you guys head out, or?
I wouldn't mind trying to get rid of some stuff.
So if you guys are going to go to a merchant, I can let you know what all they're willing to do here.
Alright,
And
should I just type in a list of what I'm trying to get rid of?
Yeah, if you can whisper it to me, that would be best. And then everybody else who is not going to go to a merchant, what are you guys doing?
Well, I probably would have prepped my spells. I don't know what's. I mean, are we all in kind of the same area, or did people actually like leave the building that we were staying at?
So right now you would all be in the same area. So technically speaking, both Zerevex and Lark are with you. They're just kind of taking inventory of what they do and don't have. So
Are there any interesting people around, or?
yeah, so there's a lot of people from the country that have been brought in that have never actually been inside the keep before. There's visitors that just happen to be going by that are now in the keep. And you have the higher ups in the area who spend more time in the keep that are walking around. And you definitely have those that the keep would normally keep out. So are you saying you'd like to talk to somebody?
Well, is there anybody that looks relatively friendly, or like they would know some information, or possibly druid-like, anything like that?
Sure. So you see a half-elf lady. Her name is Elres Wyne, and you know that because Elris walks up to you and says, "Hi, I'm Elres Wyne, priestess of Shante. You look new here and you look confused. How can I help you, little gnome?"
Hi, I'm Ellywick, and we're just here trying to help out with getting rid of the cult around here, and I was just wondering what goes on around this area before my team and I head out.
She kind of frowns a little bit. And you know that generally the priestess and the people of Shante are pretty heavily involved with agriculture, gardens, and such. And she's displeased, and she says to you, the temple of Shante was burned down last night, and most of the farms have been ravaged. It will take quite some time for the people to recover from where they're currently at. I'm sorry, I can't provide much further help. This raid has really thrown everything off. We didn't expect it to happen to us.
Oh, well, that's horrible. Sorry. I don't have anything right with me that I think I can do immediately to help that, but let me look into something and see if there's something I can do before our team heads off on our orders.
And she kind of nods her head and says, if you need guidance, the druid kind are always welcome amongst the priestess of Shante.
I'm going to show her the twig that we got. That is not what I did it. Oh.
Okay, so you show her the twig, and she looks very surprised to see it. She goes, "Oh, it's been quite a time since I've seen these."
Well, I think they might encourage some growth from what I dealt with it at one point trying something, but it didn't work very well when we were trying to defeat some creatures, but it might help actually encourage some growth around here.
And she looks very pleased, and she says, "Tell me, little druid, what were you trying to do with these?"
We ran into some, what were they called? Twiglings?
Twig blights.
Twig blights. We ran into some twig blights, and I was trying to figure out a way to drop their ability to survive. I was trying to at least make them, not necessarily kill them, but make them less apt to harm us.
So the priestess looks at you and says, "Then I will take this from you. Perhaps it will help us in our festival of green grass. And I will plant this then, and hopefully it will restore our farms." You guys offering it to her? Because she's going to take it.
What?
If you're offering it, she will take it.
Is it something that I think would actually help if it was planted and all of that? Or is it something that I would think that maybe I should hold on to it and try and encourage the growth with it before we leave?
You can try to do an Arcana check on it. You'll have advantage because you have used the item once before.
Okay.
You would know that this is old druidic magic in this twig, and that this magic is very, very strong, and that you would assume that if this was planted, it would rejuvenate the area, but it could have a very powerful and long-lasting effect. Giant centipedes is all I'm saying.
What?
Hey, wake up.
Don't worry, you're fine.
Oh. Then, yeah, I'll go ahead and let her have it. Seeing as the rest of my team, because did the rest of my team still have theirs? Do I know that?
if you do not see them throw it away, then they still have it.
Okay. Knowing that the rest of my team probably still has theirs, and that we can they didn't have much interest in them, I'll go ahead and let her have mine and say to use it wisely. And that it should help.
So as she's talking to you, she she says, "Hold on, watch this," and grabs. So, being a priestess of Shante and revering the earth, you know that they carry a small pouch of earth on them at all times. And so she takes your twig, sets it into the dirt in her hand, and it kind of wiggles. And
Aw.
almost like it's dancing. Oh, and you get this feeling that it is indeed dancing. And then she kind of puts it back into a satchel and says, "Thank you for this wonderful gift you've given the city." And she says, "Hold, I would like to give you a mark of the priestess of Shante. Take this as a symbol of your doing." And she gives you this symbol, which I will hopefully not be struggling to click on. Please pause while I technical difficulties. Okay, so and then take 100 experience from helping the priestess of Shante.
Yay!
And that was a druidic order, right, Shante?
No, it's just a
Ooh, that's
normal
great.
religion. It's just that they are heavily tied to agriculture, and they get along very well with druids.
I'm going to place that on my belt next to my druidic focus.
Okay.
And so, how did you meet up with this druid again? Or the priestess?
She was just walking around and ran into me.
Oh.
Yeah, so as she told Ellywick, her temple is burned down, so she fled to the keep during the raid. Okay, so Lark, I have to do some math.
7.
You know what? The people are so pleased with everything that's been done. The lady offers you 15 gold for everything you have.
I'll take it.
Okay, great. Zerevex, did you send me a list?
Yeah, I sent it for her.
Okay. So the merchant will offer you 10 gold pieces for everything but the magic skimtar. The magic skimtar, he's unsure of what to price it, and so offers you 7 gold pieces for the magic skimtar.
Okay, so 17 total.
Yep.
Then
If you take it.
yeah, I'll do it.
How are you asking about the swirling potions?
I'm gonna ask you if he's seen that type before. If not,
He has not seen that type before, and he says that probably the best bet would be to look into the monks that have recently come, since they were just recently at Candlekeep. So the monks of Bear Dusk, of which you have met Nnesim.
where would they be located?
The monk would still be out in the original area that you all met up at.
Okay.
So you're gonna go there.
Yeah, I'd like to go and try and find the monks.
So Nnesim is still there, kind of just hanging out. He looks on with a concerned face at the keep and such. Are you gonna approach him?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to him and ask him how he's doing.
And he's very frank with you. He says, "I could be better, and I wish Leosin was here. I hope he has not gotten himself in any trouble." And he frowns. You get the feeling that he knows Leosin has gotten himself in trouble.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can, track him down, help as much as we can. I do want to see if I can use your knowledge and see if you can identify this for me. And I show him the potions.
He nods, and are you showing him the potions?
Yep.
So he looks at them and goes, potions of invisibility. Now these are hard to come by, and they are not likely to have been found in this keep. Where did you get these from? And he hands them back to you.
I explained to him that we found them in Van Dalen and that we found it in the manor up on the hill.
So he nods along and says, "I hope that these will be of more use to you than their previous owner. They can get you out of a pickle."
Well, thank you for your help.
And he gives you a curt nod.
All right, and I'm gonna head back towards where everyone else was.
Okay. Morose, are you or Floffel doing anything?
Enjoying the scenery.
Yeah, I'm typing in what I'm. Oh.
I don't know if my weight is calculating properly though.
Look at it.
Because my weight didn't change when I added the gold versus erasing everything.
Really?
I'm back to 155. I'm ready to find more stuff.
Then we came across an overturned cart in the wild, and we pillaged it like we had just emptied our inventories.
Have you tried to total this outside of?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. I say because that adds up.
Yeah, okay. So maybe it wasn't calculating some of the other stuff properly then.
Hmm.
Oh well.
Fair enough.
I have 19 strength, so I wasn't too worried about the 40 weight.
Look, she has to relive Pokemon somehow. There's even a song for it and everything. Ellywick, you asked me a question.
Maybe.
Yes,
did
you are bad at whispering.
Oh wow.
Was her what you said? Was it the sisters of, or
She is of the Temple of Shante.
just the Temple of Shante?
Shante, you
Sachet.
stolen. About RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yep.
Shante is a real goddess in the D world. I just have RuPaul's Drag Race in my life, and I can't think Shante you stay without Sasha away.
I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything on my character appearance.
That's fine. Once everyone's caught up, then we will. Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum.
That poor baby. She is not happy.
No.
Poor baby. Lydia says it's 9:35 and she wants to party.
Yeah.
He was even being weird about nursing. It was weird.
What do you mean?
Like she would nurse for a little bit and then pull off and like cry. I don't know if she's just not.
She hasn't
Normally,
pooped
I
today.
figure at night she's mostly just nursing for like comfort.
Yeah.
But she was pulling off like she wasn't getting what she was wanting out of it. But when I laid her down the last time, she had fallen asleep on me. It was like relaxed and like even laying on her back asleep. So that's when I went and put her down, and then she woke and cried for a while, and then she calmed down, and now she's crying again.
Lydia says that you aren't drinking enough booze for her to get drunk at night.
That's probably it.
Obviously. Okay, so
I'm trying to look through my notes for that. I don't see where it was.
that's okay. He doesn't recognize any importance in that item. It's just beyond his abilities. You might be able to find a better price for it somewhere else. He will just offer you standard eye patch price.
Yeah,
So-
all I have is that, like, I have it in my items that it's worth that. I don't remember where.
I remember, because it was in jewels and such.
Yes.
But he doesn't recognize the importance or the wealth in that item.
Okay. That's fine.
Yep, you just have better luck with a more competent.
Oh, we need to go on an epic quest to fence his item.
Okay, so there you have it. You guys have sold your stuff. Lark can move again. Woo. I do enjoy the fact that Lark was completely 100% able to move and then got a water skin of alcohol and could go nowhere.
I didn't even realize I was that close either.
I was wondering, man, you, like, took
Yeah, me
everything
too.
off everybody.
Go ahead, I'm just gonna take this stuff. Okay, what are you guys gonna do now? You've gotten some stuff identified. You are now stocked up. You're approaching the afternoon hour.
Speaking of stocking up, I did take advantage of the 10 full rations.
Yeah, me too.
You sure you can carry that?
Yeah. That's also what put me over the edge was the rations.
Gotcha.
I do imagine Tabitha with like a little saddle sack put in.
Can I do that?
Oh gosh.
You can, but Tabitha's a cat, and we both know how cats react to like anything being on them.
Well, she can carry her own food.
Well, she eats her own food. So yeah, you can try. There will be a you'll have to roll a d20 for me, and anything that's a 17 or higher, then she's okay with it. If it's lower than a 17, she's not okay with it. Stops moving.
Well, for now, I'll carry it. I might try that
Animal
later.
handling roll.
What?
That'd be an animal handling roll, right?
Yes.
Alright, so are we all back in this keep, or is that where we met back up?
Was anyone doing anything further? Is anyone gonna like try to talk to their gods or patrons? Talk to anybody in the keep that is not like them at all?
I already know what I have to do from my patron.
The mission has been given.
I'm concerned I have a drinking problem. I think she's full of it.
All right. So yeah, if you guys are all together in a room, you guys need to kind of decide what you're gonna do.
Alright, should we head out to find Leosin?
Yep. Oh, do you guys all still have your twigs?
Yep.
You guys want your twigs?
No,
Yeah.
but yes.
What?
Why?
Well, because they help areas grow if they're planted, and since I like helping nature, I thought if you guys didn't have any interest in that, I could hold on to the twigs for you.
Didn't you almost get us killed with that twig before?
I didn't know how to use it. Now I know how to use them.
Yeah, I'll hold on to mine.
I like to
Okay.
believe Lark is just picking up a stick off the ground. Ellywick.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to mine as well.
Probably best to keep it.
Okay.
The last thing I need is something that makes Ellywick more cheerful.
I gave mine to help the town here rebuild and grow. So
There's a typo on my DM.
And did you put your new merit badge on your front also, or?
stuck it to my belt. It's really shiny and pretty. You probably want it.
I might take it.
You better not.
Oh boy.
Alright, so we know we need to head outside town and look for a well-worn path, so that we can try to find Athos Wilson. Did we get any cardinal direction as to where we need to head out of town?
No, you do not remember receiving that direction.
It says we need to find a path outside of town. Although we don't know where the path.
What do you guys need to do?
Well, if you all agree with this, I think we should just maybe all take a side of town or something and try to look for the path.
I mean, aren't there gonna be a lot of paths in town that are normally worn?
Yeah?
Wasn't he towards the hatchery?
Yes, it was going towards the hatchery. Well, that's where we need this path so we can go towards the hatchery.
Couldn't we
Right.
ask somebody around here for directions?
Yeah, let's see if anyone knows where the hatchery is.
Do I see Elris anywhere still, or did she run off?
She left. She left after she showed you the dancing twig.
Wait, what was her name again?
Elris.
Elres.
Elres. And then her last name's Wyne. Wyne.
Those random name generators.
No.
All right. Well, as the Governor Nighthill's still around.
So
Do we know if Governor Nighthill's around?
Governor Knight. So basically, you guys are standing in this area of the keep. There's a lot of people passing you by, right? Lots of peasant folks, some middle class folks. A lot of the higher class individuals have moved further into the keep. Governor Nighthill being included. Most likely, he is left to go guide the restoration of Green Nest.
Okay. Well, we need to find some type of official so that we can ask where the hatchery is. So I think we should probably head back to the keep to try to find someone that would know the area and see if they can point us in the direction of the hatchery. Which I kind of think we would have asked for after having heard that and not knowing where the destination is, but we were all tired of that last time.
I don't remember if we did.
So there's like 100 or something people you can ask on your way in. Are you going to ask any of them?
I don't really want to
Yeah.
talk to commoners about this. I want to know where it is and not some...
La-di-da.
Well, I don't want some conspiracy theory about where something is and go on a wild goose chase toward a hatchery that doesn't exist.
Wait. So you're going to go find the inbred nobles and ask them about where something may or may not be?
No, I was going to look for someone who would know the area, like a Meister advisor or something like that.
Okay. Ellywick, did you say you're going to ask the peasants on the way around you?
Yeah, I mean, I totally would look around to see if there was somebody who looked like they knew what they were doing and knew the area.
How could you see that by looking at people?
If they look purposeful. I mean, you can tell if somebody's like wandering around looking dumbfounded or somebody who knows
have a
what they
map in their
want and are on
hands.
their way to get something and
Yeah, so you would definitely see people that are stunned by the raid that has occurred. People that are kind of like rocking back and forth against the walls of the keep. And then you do see every once in a while different people walk by with a purpose, whether it be to grab water or for other means. You'll see some people go by and come back with a bucket of water and then return to somewhere further away.
I'm gonna try and see if I see someone who's walking around with a purpose that I could quickly stop.
So you see a gentleman walk by, and he is doing exactly that. He is grabbing water.
Does he have a clipboard?
You recognize that he's walking with a purpose, but you are not really able to gain any further information.
All right, I want to try and head him off, and before he, starts making his way back where he came from.
He says, he's like, "Hey, why are you in my way? I gotta get back with this water."
I need some information first. Do you happen to know where the hatchery is?
He looks kind of angry at this. And says, "There's not supposed to be a hatchery around here. We're not like those dragon scum. We don't keep dragon eggs around."
Right, but in case you haven't noticed, there was an attack on the city, and the whole issue that's going on is that they're breeding dragons. We need to know where the hatchery is. If you happen to know, just say so. If you don't, then just say that.
And he kind of just like shrugs and says, "There's not supposed to be a hatchery around here at all. But if there was gonna be one, it'd probably be off near the cliffs." Hold on. Shaw's laughing too hard at my accent.
That was an accent?
Did you say off the eclipse or off the cliffs?
I'm guessing cliffs with an F. If the hatchery was on an eclipse, that would be rather difficult to get to.
It's coming up.
So, am I to the keep yet?
Well, so you guys never left the keep, right? You were just walking around it.
Oh,
Right.
I thought we were walking around outside.
I thought you were like So like there's the main keep, then there's like the outer area, then there's the keep walls. Like you never left the keep walls. Or at least you never said I'm leaving the keep walls.
So all those merchants and everything, and the priestess and all that stuff was inside the keep?
Yeah, so a lot of them were driven in by the raids.
Okay.
And then there's some of them that have businesses and such that are set up. It's like a very typical medieval setup, right? Where you have shops and such that are on the walls, and then you have the main keep in the center.
Okay. Yeah, so I am going to look for somebody that might be like an official or something. Not royalty, but yeah, like a maester or something like that. Maybe somebody wearing robes with some type of insignia that would show that they're wise man or whatever. You know, like in Game of Thrones, how they all wear robes and the smarter ones have longer chains. That's what I'm looking for.
No spoilers.
That's been in for seasons.
You see guards and such walking around. You recognize them as guards. They've got the crested green nest on them. And that's really what you mostly see are these military officials.
Okay, so I'll walk up to them and say, "Excuse me, we're looking for the hatchery. We believe that's where the cultists retreated to, and we're trying to stamp them out."
And he frowns and says, "Well, I don't think we have a hatchery. There hasn't been a dragon around here since, well, before last night. It was quite some time."
So none of your men have come across any of these things while patrolling outside the city?
And he shakes his head. No. None of our men have. If they had, we would have destroyed those eggs.
Okay, if you know anything about this area, where do you think the best place to set up a hatchery would be close to here?
He says, well, there's a few hiding places, but there's a horseshoe cliff not too far away, and it's got caverns throughout. It'd be a good place to hide if you're going to hide.
All right, well, thank you. And report back to the group. Sounds like we need to go to a total, or we need to go to the eclipse.
And where are they?
On the heart. The cliffs on the total cliffs. Heart. Yep. Anyway, horseshoe cliffs. Yeah, I'm assuming when he said cliffs, I would have asked for a direction, or that we could see, or like, I don't know how obvious or not obvious that would be.
We are really bad at getting directions here.
Yeah, we are. Well, it's because we don't really have a map to say, oh, hey, that's where the. Well, no, we do have a map.
I do have a map.
Yeah. Okay, so we've both heard that they're going to be on the cliffs. Let's take a look at the map and see where the cliffs are. Doo-doo-doo.
Let's just head west and call it a day.
The day just started.
No, I thought it was the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've approached the afternoon because everyone went shopping, had breakfast, picked up the rations, did all that stuff. So you've approached the afternoon.
Okay.
What are you actually doing, though?
Well, I think we should pull the map out and try to figure out where the cliffs would be.
Sure.
And if we can't figure it out, then we should probably just take the map to one of the people we've talked to, and well, not Mr. I'm too busy, fuck off guy, but maybe one of the guards and ask where the horseshoe cliff is. He said the guard that I talked to said it was a horseshoe cliff. So if we can see a landmark by the coast that looks like a horseshoe, then I think that's where we should head.
So when you look at the map, you see, there's quite a few different mountain range areas, right? You have the Sword Mountains, and then further south and more eastward, there is a set of cliffs. They're not marked by any particular name, but they do form a horseshoe, and they are south of the Star Metal Hills.
Well, that looks like the place. How far away does it look based on the map's compass or legend?
It looks to be a half-day trip. Where you're currently at.
Is there any town, any other type of shelter that goes around this, or would we be right in the meat of it if we headed there?
If there are any towns that are not marked on the map, you can assume that they're either too small to be marked, popped up after the map was made, or something along those lines. You do see quite a bit of rolling green fields, as the green fields do continue throughout this area.
All right, so it's mostly like open farmland along either side of the road.
Yep, so it's got hills, rolling hills, and then it slowly turns into a more rocky terrain.
Well, I think that's where we need to head, guys.
You do see on this map as well that there's an area that if you were to go in a direct line from where you're at to those cliffs, you do see an area that is pinched in significantly with what appears to be steep rocks on either side.
That is probably where it is.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's head there.
Everyone ready?
Are there any jeeps?
Didn't you get some jeeps for all that stuff you sold?
Yeah, 15 of them.
Yeah.
They're pretty lightweight.
Cheap.
Well, that's good because you take everything, so you're fairly encumbered.
All right, let's go.
Beep beep.
Hold on. I just need you all to get together so I can copy. Don't move yourself.
Promises.
So, are you guys going in the straight line? Are you?
I'm riding my carpet today.
Easy.
Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night.
You did because you were falling asleep before we even got to sleep.
Should we go in a straight line?
I think don't we usually do sort of like a 2, then in the middle line, and then
No,
2 at the end?
what I mean is like head straight there, not try and circle around or anything.
Well, I
Just-
mean, if we could see a map, maybe we could. Is there a map?
Like, is there a trail there?
Well, we were looking for a well-trampled trail, someplace where it looks like a lot of cultists might have walked through, or their army, or whatever.
So I can move you to the large world map.
Oh gosh.
Oh, the huge map.
Beautiful.
Even full screen is still small.
Yeah. That's tiny.
Zoom in.
So, can we get the parts uncovered that we would have been looking at and found?
Is this where we're going?
Where's this?
I don't know where you're pinging.
Oh, I zoomed my thing way in.
It's supposed to be heading like southeast, I think, right?
These cliffs?
I don't see it if you're pinging somewhere. It must not be revealed on mine. Oh,
I see something.
I just got a block of something.
There you go.
Okay. Directly there with vision of what's around it.
Take us about half as long as it took to get all the way here.
Oh crap, that is a full day. It'll be a full day and then some to get there.
Good Lord. Long ways. And we don't see any other towns or anything marked?
Nope.
We'll be fine.
But again, it's just a map. Things could have changed. Or they might not be big enough to be there. Or they could all be dead.
Well, it looks like we gotta. I'm trying to see this. Is there like a river or something we have to cross?
There's a little bit of a stream bed.
We
Yes.
can. Do we not see anything other than that tiny little way through? Because I'm wondering if there's like a forest we can camp in, or any other defensive positions that we could camp in, based on what we can see on the map.
So why wouldn't we see more from the map? I mean, would the map only show us this little road?
Yeah, so the map would only be drawn out to that part.
These map
So
makers
whoever
suck.
was drawing the map would only know that much typically.
I mean, I guess we should probably get going, because
Yeah, I guess pretty much just a straight line there. It'll take almost, like a day and a quarter, a day and a half.
yeah. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Ready.
And rocking in a parade or walking in a parade.
Any dice.
Walk.
What are you guys doing as you guys are walking? Thinking about it.
Well, I'm going to converse with everyone and just kind of let them know that that champion that I fought last night, Sigil wants me to kill him.
Really? Did she say why?
I didn't really ask. She asked me for a favor, and that was what she had asked me to do. So
That's not creepy.
It's fine.
maybe tonight when we stop to make camp, I'll inquire as to why she wants him dead so bad.
All right, we heading out?
Okay, so if you guys are walking, right?
Yep. I'm listening for nature and looking around and keeping an eye out for everything and
Yeah, I'm paying attention, or staring around with defensive intentions in mind.
I'm like completely dozing on the rug with the cat.
So as you guys are walking, you notice that there are some meteors shooting across the sky. And this is particularly odd because now you are just, a few hours after noon.
Okay.
Yep. So you guys decide how you react to that.
ooh, those are pretty. What do you think it means that they're going on in the afternoon? Can I do some kind of check to see if that means anything or
Sure, you can do history, you can do arcana if you think it's magical.
Have I heard of this phenomenon before?
You know that as you approach the Star Metal Hills, that this is a part of them.
Have like any kind of religious significance?
These are revered by the cult of the dragon, but they are also revered by Shante. Ellywick, you sense no magic from these.
I guess I'm gonna relay to everyone that this is just normal for this area.
I'll pass on that cultists are fans.
They're what?
They're fans of these nerves.
why? Do you know why?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh.
You recognize that the cultists enjoy fire. It reminds them of fire.
Cultists are a bunch of pyros.
They worship fire. Worship fire.
So wait, are these?
That whole dragon shoots fire.
Where are these fires again? Like, what's the source of them?
Zerevex, did you share your finding with the whole party?
Yes.
I'm saying, like, where do we where can we see the base of where they start or whatever?
I thought you said it was a meteor shower.
It is. So
It's up in the sky.
Okay. So, but they're not touching down. They're not landing somewhere.
If they are, they're not by you.
Okay. So it doesn't look like. Wait, I'm basically saying it doesn't look like these meteors are heading towards where we're going or anything around it. It's just they're just passing through the sky and not landing. Is that accurate?
If they are landing, you do not see it. Would be
Okay.
the accurate way to.
So we can't really get close to them. Okay.
Alright, so you've got these meteors going on. You guys are talking a little bit as you go. Is there anything else that's going on? No? No?
No,
Going
I
once?
guess just keep going.
So you guys do see a path. This path has been here for a while. It looks well trodden and fresh.
Okay. After I see that, or I'll say, hey, that looks like the path that we're looking for, and then I'll go try to inspect it to see if I can see or get some idea on numbers of people that we might be running into. So just investigation?
Perception.
Perception.
Is that not survival to measure tracks?
It depends on what you want from them, but if you can use survival, but in this case, it can either go perception or survival.
For me, it doesn't really matter. They're both the same. I would
Yeah.
almost rather want to do an investigation, but I don't want to do that. Or couldn't do that. Awesome.
I'm gonna check to see if I can tell if they're running quick, if they're going slow, and what direction they're walking, and so forth.
I would really like to try to get a count or some idea as to how many there are.
Murs, you see that there are many footprints here. You can't really figure out how many there are. You know that there's a mix, but it's hard even to narrow down what the tracks actually are. Zerevex, again, you see that there are many tracks here. You do notice that the feet that are approaching town look lighter than the feet returning from town. And you can also make out that you can definitely see kobold footprints and human footprints and another type of what appears to be large reptile footprints. Again, they're all over each other. You cannot make out a number.
Alright, I'm gonna relay that information to everyone and say this looks like the right tracks. Does it look like or can I tell how fresh they are, or if it's just from the night before or so?
You are able to tell that they're quite fresh.
All right, I'm gonna let everyone else know all that.
Anything else you guys can do? You just keep walking, chilling.
Yeah, I was recording. So at this point, so we know they're all headed that way. I tell the group that I think from now on we need to be more vigilant. Because they might be posting sentries, they might be posting lookouts. We want to make sure that we don't tip off anything that would let anyone know that we're coming. So don't frolic around, move with purpose, watch where you're going, that type of thing. Don't get caught unawares. And then I would think that we'd want to either follow the path or shadow the path. Maybe not walk directly on it. I guess I'll offer this to the group, whether we should just walk straight through it or shadow it and keep checking it. Again, I think to avoid alerting the enemy that we should probably travel away from the path a bit and just keep our eyes peeled. So I'm trying to look at, is this all just open land? All of it, just no trees, no anything?
Correct.
Okay. There is really no place to hide.
Done.
Okay. Well, I guess
just go on the path.
yeah. If that's the case, then yeah. If there's nothing to take cover behind or anything like that, then we might as well just go straight down the path.
Am I getting any bad vibes from the surrounding areas that would encourage me to pass without a trace?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys continue walking forward on this path. Night begins to fall. As you begin to walk, you begin to smell this very sweet cooking fire smell. And you can see a trail of smoke rise between kind of where the rolling hills come together at the base. Like you see that these rolling hills meet, and this little bit of smoke trail to the sky. It's about twilight.
Can you ping where we are right now?
On a different map than you. That's where you're at.
Wait, I missed that. Where was it?
Yeah, I missed that too. You might have it in some of the blackness, because there are a couple places where it's really, really tight.
I don't see it.
Oh, well, I didn't second time yet. So you should be fine.
Okay.
Uh,
So it looks like
Sorry. Second time I pinged wrong. First time I pinged, it was this. You haven't crossed that little river.
Oh, we have not crossed the Little River. Okay.
No.
So we're on.
We're at the orange blob.
Is the campfire that we saw, is that past the river?
No, it is before the river. The little river.
And there's still nothing to hide behind. No trees, no rocks, nothing.
No, you have these surrounding hills, but not much cover.
How far away is like the smoke that we can see rising?
You want to make me a perception check? Perception. You're unsure of the distance.
I'll take a stab at it as well. Boppity perception.
You're pretty sure it's a few miles out.
Okay. So, and I'm turning to the group. Either we can go and try to track these people down, or we can give this area a wide berth and try to cross further downstream. We obviously don't want to do it above stream in case they have any types of animals or anything that can smell. The thing is, if we leave them, then we already know that we have people behind us. There could be other people coming in through this path that we don't know about, but if we leave these people without A, figuring out who they are, and B, if they are cultists taking them out, then we know that there are potential enemies at our backs. So what would the group suggest to do?
If we could close in on them and get to them without them knowing, maybe get a surprise attack in while they're trying to rest and sleep, that would definitely be the most advantageous situation. However, would we be able to make it there and get the jump on them or not? That I don't know.
Well, and they could be innocent. I mean, I think it's highly unlikely that this close to a path that we can clearly see that cultists and their followers have gone down, that they would be innocent, but we might be slaughtering a sleeping group that's completely innocent.
This may be the group at the champion and all the kobolds, though. The tracks look fresh enough that it could be them.
We could try and scout out, but there's not a lot of cover.
But we wouldn't need cover if we use path out of trace as we get closer.
True.
At that point, we could scout them out, and if they're not hostile, then it doesn't matter. And if they are, we can get the jump on them.
That sounds like a good plan.
Do we know how far those cliffs are? Like, can we see the cliffs on the horizon at all, or are they still just way far away?
It's way far away. There's still so you're surrounded by rolling hills, right? So it's not like you can see forever.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we should probably do that sooner than later. Try to approach the camp and figure out who they are.
All right. We should move in as quickly as we can, but try and be quiet.
Does anyone have any better vision than anyone else?
Probably the best person for that is Ellywick or William.
I have normal vision except in darkness.
It is twilight.
Mine too. I don't think I have anything other than that.
Well, I can see like you guys because you're beside me, but aside from that, I can't see in the dark at all.
Okay. So we've all decided to go and approach them.
Okay. Are you using any sort of light source or anything? Again, it is twilight.
Well, I mean, if it's a big open plain, then we can see for quite a while, even with rolling hills. And if we light a torch, we're obviously we're basically broadcasting who we are. If it's twilight, I would suggest waiting just a little bit longer until it's actually dark, and then we'll have at least something that's not. I mean, we still won't have cover, but we'll at least have a little bit more stealthiness to it. And I think that we need to get closer and see if we can see any marks of Tiamat or anything that would be obviously specific to them being cultists. Because if so, then we know our answer.
Right, that sounds reasonable.
So we want to wait around for just a little bit to make sure it's darker.
Sure. And I can cast without a trace to quiet us as we go through.
Yeah, I want to do some sort of long range scouting first if we can see them by the fire's light. I agree with Zerevex though. We should sort of reserve it for if we need it. Because we're in enemy lands now, so we need to use that sparingly.
So, what have you guys decided?
I think we're going to wait like half an hour to an hour for it to get a little darker, and then we're going to proceed forward towards the enemy camp. Or the encampment.
Yeah. Could be enemy, could be good people. I'm not guessing it's good people, but I know we have certain people in the group that don't just like killing things. I don't know why. It's fun. We get XP for it, but.
Hobos.
And Lark just sold off
hobos.
so much stuff. She needs to get herself encumbered again.
I'm still encumbered. I'm just not immobile.
There are
Alright.
honest ways to get your wares.
Yep,
So
that's
you
true.
guys-
There are also very unhonest ways to get your wares.
You guys are waiting. What are you doing in your wait?
I'm actually going to try and commune with Sigil.
I'm going to be looking around if there's anything that might have any small creatures or anything that might have information about the area around.
Sure. So, Zerevex, you commune with Sigil, and you're filled with the sense of Sigil approving of your mission. But you don't hear any direct words or anything.
Okay, so even if I go to ask her a question. I don't get a response.
Correct. You just get the feeling that there is an overwhelming sense of approval.
Okay.
Ellywick, there are not really much in the terms of wildlife around. You do hear birds in the distance, and you do see a ground squirrel run by.
I'm gonna call out to it and say, hey, do you know what's going on at that fire?
The squirrel. It's not at all what I said. The little ground squirrel says, "No, I haven't been up that way."
Do you know how long it would take you to get there?
The ground squirrel looks towards the fire and goes, probably a day.
Okay.
Little legs.
Okay. Would you like a small crumb of cracker?
And the squirrel kind of gets excited and goes, "Oh yes, 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 yes."
I break off a piece of tack or whatever I've got handy and pass it to him.
All right. Is Tabitha going to Is Tabitha going to actively try to eat the ground squirrel?
I don't know. It's up to the cat.
Because if that's going to happen, I need you to make me a dex throw, and then I'll make a dex throw to see what happens.
I feel like the cat's probably hungry.
Go ahead and make me a dex roll. Just like, well, roll a d20 because I don't have her dex. I'll roll a d20. You'll roll a d20. Yay! I got
Wait,
a 7.
I gotta redo that, right? Because I'm lucky.
No, but you are, but Tabitha's not. Tabitha's a cat. Does not have luck.
Fine.
She misses, and the squirrel runs off with its meal from Lark. Lark, this happened in front of you. Are you gonna say anything?
I'm just gonna shake my head at Tabitha and say, you need to work on your skills a little bit better.
Ellywick, are you gonna say anything?
Yeah, when Tabitha probably did that, I would have been like, Tabitha, no!
She's a cat. She has to eat.
But not our informants.
How do I know it's an informant? How does she know it's an informant? She just sees food.
Yeah, remember, you're the one communing with these things. We can't hear it. Maybe
Whatever.
you're just a crazy lady that thinks she's talking to a squirrel and you're letting food get away.
Now think of how many times you guys have slept somewhere and Tabitha is eating a potential informant.
7.
Or just think how many times that Ellywick, quote unquote, has talked to creatures and she might just be a crazy lady.
Well, all you would have heard is like, shh, like that, or Tabitha meowing, and Ellywick meowing back. You know, crazy cat ladies do.
Exactly.
So she actually makes like the animal noise as she's talking to him?
Yeah.
Of course she does.
Ah.
The squirrel told us that we needed to protect our head from the evil rays of the cultists, so let's get some tinfoil and wrap our heads up. Hey, crazy squirrel lady.
It's probably a rabid squirrel anyway.
Probably is.
Righty.
I'm glaring a lot.
Yes.
Alrighty. So you guys are waiting an hour. As your hour ends, you see the lights. So it's dark now, and when you had seen like the faint glow of this campfire, it's now gone.
Great.
Alright, we may have to be a lot more careful. They may know that we're here.
Also, we've lost our beacon.
Yeah, probably that damn informant squirrel. Told
Fuck
him.
off.
Okay, so what type of moon is out tonight?
It is a full moon.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know any other types of moons. Waxing moon?
No, that's fine. I'm just trying because
Or
full
you
moons
got a
are
waxing or waning gibbous?
Crescent.
um.
moon.
So full moon.
Or new
What's
moon.
what's the weather like? Cloudy, clear.
It's a crescent moon with one cloud over the bottom.
Whoa! How do we go from crescent to or full to crescent? That's a different. I'm basically trying to assess the ambient light available to us by the moon.
There are still some meteors off in the distance from the Star Meadow Hills, so you would have that. But the night is. I had to refrain myself from saying that. The night is dark.
Okay, so it's dark. So we need one of our people that sees through the night to scout these people out now.
Yep.
And that's what Ellywick and William is not a dark vision type person. He just magical stuff, right?
No, I have perfect vision in the dark.
Correct.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, so those two can see in the dark.
Okay. So
can also
I
see
think
the
that
magical darkness.
we can still stick with our regular plan, but we need William and Ellywick to lead so that they can see. And you guys really need to pay attention for any sentries outside of the camp or anything like that. God damn it! Guy that can see in the dark is a person that sees nothing but bread.
-2 perception. Those that are wandering in the darkness without night vision, I need you to make me a dex roll.
Are we wandering or just sitting here?
You guys leaving? Were you following? Are you sending them out in front?
I mean, I was gonna follow them, but I would assume if there's something I could trip over, they would tell us.
And I'm on my rug still, so no tripping.
But I
I
can make.
guess that would be up for Ellywick and Falafel to decide if they are actually going to tell you about things. If
I see it, I'll tell them.
let's say, even with warning, I feel like there's times people stumble in the dark and be like, "Hey, watch that," and you hear the person fall over. Hey, watch this, and they're out. Ellywick is dealing with Lydia.
But she can see pretty well, apparently.
Really well, but she's kind of crucial to this part. Want to take a break until she comes back?
We can.
Otherwise, your lead person is.
Well, not our lead person, but our only person that's worth anything.
Well, Falafel is chasing. I'm the captain now, so good luck with your life. I'm also gonna go grab something while we're taking a small break for Ellywick to return.
Yeah, this is crazy because again, like 45, because it was what 8:30 we started tonight, so it was 9:45 that Gretch went up to try to calm her down, and she's
Is she by chance teething, and that's why she's so?
or 7:45, not 9:45. I don't think so, but I mentioned earlier though I'm not sure if I was heard. She has not pooped today, so that could be part of it. But she's pretty much been crying since 7:45. That's after 45 minutes trying to get her to quiet down. That's after another 15-20 minutes that she went up there to feed her again. Like, something is up. Babies suck. Have babies.
Maybe she's constipated.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Don't have babies, they suck. So, to keep the conversation going, at least for all of the viewers that we don't have. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and check and see how many viewers we don't have. I'm guessing 0. Well, 1 now that I'm checking it.
So you stream on Twitch?
Yep. But then I also save off the episodes and I take a look at, or I upload them to YouTube. Yeah, nobody's watching. But I guess to keep the talk going in fantasy worlds, so Dark and Light, it's buggy. It's fun.
Is it worth $30?
So here's the thing. There are a lot of issues with it right now, but it is made by the creators of Ark. And Ark has obviously been out for quite a while, and they constantly put updates out. A lot of people joke that it's called Ark and Light because of how similar a lot of the mechanisms and stuff are to the game. Taming is very similar. Have you guys played Ark?
We played it very briefly.
So I actually had Ark because it was so popular and a couple people played it. I put 4 hours in the game and didn't really care. This one I got hooked on pretty much immediately. Like, it's... Have you guys played Rust?
No, but we've watched videos for Rust.
7 Days to Die? Any survival game?
Yeah, we've watched a bunch of the survival stuff, but we haven't really played many of them.
Okay, so I played Rust. I played 7 Days. Rust was interesting because it was one where there were a whole bunch of different ways. So one of the key factors in any of these survival games is creating things, and then the path on how to create your initial stuff and how to create better stuff. So Rust is interesting because they have had drastically different ways to do things, like very, 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 very different ways. In one part, there was you had to find blueprints. So randomly, you would just have to find a blueprint to be able to craft something, which means if you were just unlucky, you might not ever be able to craft that one thing that everybody else has and you need because you did find the blueprint, which is kind of stupid. There was also another methodology where you could build a blueprint station and then you could take an item, put it on the station and deconstruct it, and there was like a 30% chance that you would get the blueprint from it. So you just farm stuff and keep killing stuff or keep destroying stuff, but eventually get it. And then there was a way where levels unlock blueprints. All of those different ways had people that were happy or angry about it. The levels thing really pissed a lot of people off. This one is, I would say, even more, even further gone than that. Because not only do you have to attain certain levels just to have the possibility of unlocking things that you can craft, but you also have to level up those categories. So, for instance, there are magic essences, and these magic essences can be used to craft other things. Like, let's say saddles. You'll need some in saddles. So you might make a lot of saddles or do a lot of riding stuff that would level that thing up. But let's say you want to make a saddle for this higher level creature that actually needs a magic essence. Well, you need to level up a different path to get to that. Now, the stuff that you do across the course, just harvesting rock, harvesting crystals, harvesting stuff like that, that will level up several things at the same time. So it's not like you're at 0 and you all of a sudden have to start on a totally new tree. You're going to be constantly gaining stuff, but it does lend itself to a grind, although there are definitely... I've spent my time in this game enjoying it, but also trying to figure out the most efficient way to do stuff. Because there are definitely ways to just waste a shit ton of time and not get anywhere, and there are ways to sort of jumpstart and push through some of those different categories to get what you need to do. But since you guys haven't actually played survival games, I'm not sure well, clearly you guys aren't tied to a specific system. You haven't played different games, so I think that you could adopt it pretty easily. Having played with a bunch of different systems, I don't think it's terrible, but I could definitely understand where people would get frustrated with it. So.
Okay.
I
I
was,
know.
I was just reading that people would build up these big houses or something, and then they're saying lots of these like Chinese hackers are coming in and just destroying them right away.
Yeah, I haven't seen any hackers on the server I'm on. I jumped on the server. I didn't know what it was. I usually play PvP when I play games like this. It's not a PvP server, it's PvE. But it just so happened that I ran into a guy early on that knew a heck of a lot about the game, and because I had no idea about the game, I just hung around him, and I've contributed so much to what we've been doing that now I'm probably going to stay on the server for a while. I've built so much stuff up. We've got so many different tames. We've done all this different stuff. But we haven't seen any hackers on that server at all. I've been playing for half a month or so, probably more than that now.
Maybe it's more the PvP servers then.
It might be. That tends to be where hackers go, because like the frustrating part, one of the most annoying things that people do is pillaring, where like in Rust there are toolboxes you put up, and the toolboxes have a certain radius of ownership. So like you can build your whole house, and if you don't have toolboxes that cover it, people can just take out your house. So you need to build. It's sort of a combination of a nice build plus toolboxes, so that people can't build and jump over your walls or things like that. In this one, if you build anything, whatever you build has its own radius of ownership. So what people will do is they're like, well, I don't want anybody to be building over here because it whatever. So they'll just drop a pillar. They're not ever going to build there. They just drop a pillar so that you can't build there. That's annoying as shit. And if you're in a PvE server, you can't do anything about it. So you have to wait until like 4 days for a timer to go off that allows anyone to demolish those things. You can demolish your own stuff anytime you want to, but there's a 4-day activity timer that you'd have to wait for somebody to not log on for 4 days and get out. So there are definitely frustrating parts to it.
Okay.
But again, I have a lot of fun with it. I really do.
Do you think it's going to go on sale?
I'd imagine so. I mean, again, they already have a crap ton of money from Arc. I'm assuming this is just another cash thing, and I don't think they're going to make their living off it by any means whatsoever. So I would assume that they would be okay with sales. It is brand new, so I wouldn't expect one for a while.
Yeah. I was wanting to get that We Happy Few game when it went on a good sale, and now it just like doubled in price. So
Yeah, while I was telling you guys about the stuff, I was listening upstairs, and she was quiet. But any time that Gretch got up, she would scream. Oh, what's wrong with that poor little baby girl?
Yeah, I'm worried.
I think she needs to poop.
Make her poop.
She had a poopy diaper when I got up there, so I changed that. But the fact that she's like falling asleep on me, but being this angry when I lay her down, makes me feel like she might be getting sick or something.
Aw, she seems to be coming down with a lot lately.
Yeah, that's daycare for you.
Oh yeah, kids get sick all the time at daycare. Like it's literally like every week, every other week. If they don't get sick once a month, that's a.
Okay, so back to this. So, Ellywick, you pass without a trace, correct?
If we need, did it seem like we needed it?
So I think before we left off, I believe where we were is that you and William can both see in the dark, and none of us can. So first of all, we're hoping that you guys will tell us if we're about to run into something, stub our toes and stuff. but also we're not trying to approach the camp right now. We're trying to scout it out, see how many people are there, what they look like. You know, are they what races are they? Do they look friendly? Are they armed? That type of thing. So
If we're trying to come up on kobolds, they have the ability to see in the dark. Considering the flat terrain, we would probably stick out quite well to them.
oh.
Hills.
Flat enough.
Well, maybe we should send our smallest person forward. Tell you what, okay. So here's the thing. William can see in the dark, Ellywick can see in the dark. If we stay, if the vast majority of the group stays far enough away, William can stay with us, watch Ellywick to see if she will run into trouble. Ellywick can move forward. She's low to the ground already. She can creep up there and see if they look like kobolds. If they look like kobolds, then yeah, come back. We can do pass without trick. At that point, we can decide whether we just want to go wide or if we want to go up to the camp and maybe take them out.
Okay.
But I think that's what we want to do. So William stays with us. He keeps an eye on you. You stay low to the ground, scout out the camp, and report back to us.
Okay.
So you've got a few miles to walk. What you
Miles?
thinking about?
Well,
We
we're
were
gonna
a couple
walk with
miles
her.
away from it.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna. We're
thought Ellywick was going in front and William was staying back with you guys.
well.
what you
I mean,
said?
dark vision has a range of what, 60 meters or something.
60
Depends on the
feet.
dark vision.
Yeah. So like William has different dark vision than Ellywick.
We're most worried about the kobolds.
Huh?
Either way, we're talking about within 100 feet. So if it's miles, we can definitely all walk together.
So you guys have a few miles to go. What are you thinking about as you're walking? What are you doing?
I'm keeping an eye for anything that doesn't look like it's a normal creature, and I'm also reaching out for any, normal ground creatures, whatnot.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm on alert. I'm gonna be switching between watching the ground and looking for any silhouettes that would show up. Horizon.
I guess we're just staying with the group and moving forward.
I quietly call back to people and say, watch out, there's a spot where your feet could get caught right here. And I kind of point.
Lead us away.
I do want to say, okay. So you just point.
Well, I'm going to be. Can they see me at all in the darkness?
No.
No?
Only William.
Like, you can't even see, like, shadows and stuff?
Well, we're not split up at this point. We still have miles to go. Like I honestly thought we were close, and that's I would have suggested, had I known that we were still miles away, I would have suggested we kept walking towards the fire, because we only need to worry about like the last couple 100 feet.
I think
So-
we also need to go back to the original idea of how much moonlight do we have.
Yeah,
Because even a quarter moon, you'd at about 5 feet, you'd be able to see each other's silhouettes.
you'd see each other plenty, and with just a little move. Because the only reason,
But what is your marching order? Because if you're saying I'm going to point, person in the back, if you're in the front, isn't going to be able to see that.
I think you would. Like that's the thing. Moonlight is really really bright if you're not in the middle of a city, and since cities don't really.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you have the.
I would point and get everybody past it and then get back up front.
What was it?
That I would point and get off to the side and show everybody so they got past it and then rush back up front.
All right.
Well, and I'd almost kind of like to retcon a little bit because had I known that we were still miles away, then before it became dark, I would have suggested we got a lot closer. I thought that we were a couple 100 feet away.
No, I let you guys know that you were still several miles away.
Yeah,
from
she
that
had said
campfire.
several miles.
Oh, did she? I'm
Well,
sorry. I
and
missed that then.
Two.
I
My
said several miles.
You said two.
I said several miles.
At one point you said two.
It's still 2 miles. That's quite far.
Yeah, it really is. I'm sorry. If I had heard that, I would have suggested walking further while we still had some light.
Yeah, I didn't know why you guys wanted to do that, but
Nope, that's my fault. So, yeah, the plan is to get within a few 100 feet of where we last saw the campfire, and then do the whole setup where we have William with us to describe to us what's going on, watching Ellywick, and Ellywick goes forward, low to the ground. So, until we get to that range, that's the plan.
Okay, so you guys have pass without a trace on. You're
No?
no, we don't have Pass Without a Trace yet.
did not pass without a trace.
No. I said if we get close.
If there's a reason to, yeah. That's the whole point of her, or the whole point of her scouting this out is to see if we need to do that. Because these people could be nice. We don't know.
It could be gone by now.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So you guys are still marching forward. You have to approach where you believe the campfire was. I need people that have night vision and who are presumably leading the way to make me a perception check to see if they can determine where the campfire was.
Tabitha has night vision, right?
Yes.
Maybe Ellywick can talk to Tabitha and ask for her help.
Actually, that'd be really great. She'd be a lot harder to pick up. Does Barzu have night vision? He's got eye vision and shit.
Grab something and I can't find it. There it is.
Well, and if they're trying to perceive where the fire was, honestly, that makes sense because we were 2 miles away when the fire went out. So a lot can change within.
Like, do we see anything else in the area either? Like,
No, you see rolling hills.
I love how you guys all make fun of me with my, talking to animals thing and then want to use me.
Tabitha doesn't want to talk to you anyway.
Hold
Hold on. Great. So, Ellywick and William, you've been given your direction.
Oh my gosh, my thing is so slow.
What thing?
Typing. Like I'm getting like 5 letters typed before it shows up. And then like when I backspace, when I make a mistake, it takes forever.
You might have too many windows open. You need to restart Firefox, not your.
I restarted Firefox almost like at one point today and I've got like 8 tabs up.
Huh.
And I'm leading best I can southwards and towards where we thought, looking out for things. Doop-a-doop-doo, and listening for any creatures.
Yeah, I'm gonna be since I can't see, I'll use my ears and try to listen for anything that clinking of armor or movement or anything like that. So anytime you need me to make a perception check, please let me know because that's what I'll be doing.
I'm gonna slow down, since I think it may be just over the southern hill, 200 yards forward, and stop everybody and say, I think we're getting close, maybe 200 yards away. Do we want to split up here or keep going?
No, this is where we need to split up. William should stay with us and let us know. I assume you know the basic hand signals.
Basic hand signals?
Right. Stop, continue, get down, those types of things. So that, because you're going to be our lead now. So you need to tell us if we need to stop. William needs to relay that back to us. You need to tell us if we instantly get down, quiet, that type of thing.
Okay.
So can I assume that I would know what those hand signals are and teach those to her?
I mean, I can
see
him do them.
She's the one that needs to see.
You could.
Yeah,
make
but you
the
guys
gesture.
can't see them other than William.
Right.
You
William
guys
needs
can't
to
see
relay
the
that
hand
to
signals,
us.
So
Yeah.
even if I do them,
Yeah. William's going to be with us, and he's going to relay those to us. So I want to teach her like the military signals for halt, get down, that type of thing.
we're gonna be 200 yards away. That's 2 football fields. You're gonna be able to
Yes.
see my hand signals from there?
No. We're going to follow you at a distance of what? How far is William's night vision?
William's night vision is 120 feet.
Okay, so we've got a significant amount of time. I would say let's stay within around a 75-ish. So our group with William needs to stay about 75 feet behind Ellywick as she slowly goes forward. And if she gives us any hand signals that we need to stop or get down, William needs to tell that to us. I mean, that should be well out of earshot, well out of vision for the kobolds.
As long as I can perceive the hand signals she's giving, we'll be fine.
From 75 feet away, you should be able to.
I don't know. William's perception isn't the best.
Ah, that's true. But, your dear GM, can I, William and Ellywick, just the general signals?
Sure.
For halt, get down, move forward.
I almost feel it would be faster if she just came back and told us of that.
But we need to know she's in trouble. That's another one is come help.
Well,
If she
if
runs
she disappears,
towards us,
Or we hear screaming.
then she's in trouble.
It's the screams that really give it away.
I mean, I don't
Or I
like
can send Barzu back at you guys.
while you're
What's
screaming
Barzu
and
gonna do?
dying.
I
If
mean,
he
we can't
comes
talk to
back,
Barzu.
then-
Yeah, we can't talk to Barsu.
If he comes back, then you know something's wrong.
And we don't know where you are at that point.
Then he's free game, right?
Yeah, we also have Lark in this group, so I wouldn't count on that. Poop on Lark's head for help. Poop on Lark's shoe for everything's fine.
Horsey, why aren't you stopping the pooping?
Barsu, what the hell did you eat? But anyway, yeah, I think we should follow along 75 feet behind. Ellywick is our scout, stays low, blah, blah, blah. all the things we've already said.
You're the military guy.
Yep. That's how we've done it in the past.
Okay.
Is anyone else in the party going to say anything or give any advice or anything like that as Lark heads out?
Lark
Ellywick.
heads
Wait,
up?
what?
You keep
Ellywick.
calling.
Sorry,
Call him
Ellywick.
Mark.
That's like the third time.
Ellywick.
We're gonna have to start calling you Ellywick.
They're very different. One likes Barzu a lot. The other one wants to kill Barzu.
In my defense, I was reading the Lark part.
One of them is going to make their stealth saves, and the other one can see in the dark.
I really hope she can make herself save in the night.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, stealth isn't just whether you're seen, it's whether you're perceived at all.
Yeah. Lark crouches in the night. No one can see her.
Alright, Ellywick.
What was that?
That was a fart.
Your fart.
You've been perceived!
Ever wonder what rolling a 1 on a stealth check is?
You fart and bread comes out.
Now you know. Alright. So, Ellywick.
Okay. I guess I'm going to start walking forward carefully and low. I mean, I'm already pretty low, but I'll stay crouched and keep an eye out for everything, ears and nose, and see if I perceive anything around. And
We'll just hope she doesn't see food.
So you've now approached this most southern hill. You have the option to go over or not go over. It is now up to you.
does it look? Do I perceive anything around it at the moment?
No, it's just a rolling hill.
Okay.
Doing some rolling.
And I don't perceive any creatures or any hominoid type beings around. I don't hear, smell, see anything.
Nope.
Okay. Then
Then you just go over the top.
yep, I'm gonna start heading up there slowly, keeping an eye out for everything.
So if there's a hill up there, she can motion. I mean, like she can stop and motion for us to join her on the hill. Like that's the thing. If it's a bunch of flat land, we need to stay within a certain vision distance. But if there's a vision blocker like a hill, we can all go up to the hill, stay behind the hill, and just watch her, or like William can watch her from over the hill. That way, we're closer to her.
You could, if you think Ellywick, that the character Ellywick would do that.
Yeah, it's up to her signals.
William would convey this information out.
I thought you guys were just following me until I told you to not follow me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can. That's what I'm saying. With the signals, you can say stop, get down, I need help, come closer, that type of thing. So you can choose to say, and it's totally up to you. You can choose to say, stay back, or you can choose to say, join me at the hill before you go, or whatever you want to do.
That's a lot of signals you taught her.
Yeah, seriously.
That's like
Join me at
5.
the hill before you go.
Get a manual with it too. I'm just curious at this point.
Those are it's like 5. Stop, get down, help, that's 4.
Alright, Ellywick, it's up to you. If you think
I'm just going to continue walking up as long as I don't hear or see anything or perceive anything that might be a threat. I'm going to just keep moving
Okay.
quietly.
Cool.
Do I need to be like throwing any perception rolls or anything like that out?
Yeah, if you wanna know if you're perceiving.
Ouch.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
Oh, and by the way, real quick, out of character, the reason why I'm trying to push this so quick is because we have spent almost an entire session trying to decide whether to go through one of 2 doors. So I'm trying not to do another one of those.
That's
Okay, then
fine.
shut up.
I do want to make sure that like everyone gets a chance to
Right.
I don't want us to be at the two-door, but I do want people to kind of be able to play their character as it was designed. So I don't want necessarily people being run over.
Yeah, I get that.
I feel like we spent a lot of time trying to go towards this campfire.
Exactly. And I was trying to move it quicker than that, but we still already spent a shit ton of time.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna keep moving forward, keep looking for things.
Okay, so you crest the hill.
Okay, when I'm getting closer to the hill, I'm gonna slow down and I'm gonna put up the sign for stop to William, so that when I get to the top of the hill, I can look over it a little bit. I can sneak up and look over it slowly.
Okay. So you peek over. Make me a perception roll.
What?
Make me a perception roll as you peek over. You couldn't have gotten a 5 twice, right? So you peek over and you see some rocks and such on the other side.
Do I hear anything? Smell anything?
No,
Like
and you
the
do.
fire or anything?
Nope.
Oh my god. Okay, then I'm gonna signal to them to keep coming and I'm gonna start heading over the hill. You guys make it really hard to roleplay.
Okay. So you gestured back to the group to come.
Yep.
Do I see that that's what the gesture means?
Oh, you're the 13 as well. It would be hard to interpret where you're at. So I'm assuming the come gesture would have been like. So it could be a hand up, or it could be.
I will handle this the awesome way then.
Roll 1d2.
You go forward.
Okay, you go forward.
So, just for the sake of RPing all this stuff out, I realize I'm saying 4 signs. These are freaking simple. You put your hand flat out to say no. You do the come on motion to come on. You do the pat down motion if you want people to get down. So at this point, if William is having a hard time, and I don't want to, put the words in your mouth, GM, but I would say if you're trying to decide if he can decipher this, it would probably be, if there's confusion, it would be whether or not to get down or whether or not to come on.
Well, it depends on. All right, so he's rolled and he's decided he's going forward.
Okay.
So I interpreted "come on" as how I would say no, which is my hand out and then gesturing with my fingers to come to me.
That would be awful tiny.
Yeah, but that's how I interpret it. I can only interpret the information you guys give me.
Okay.
And so the character William has decided he will go forward.
Okay.
So you guys are going forward.
I guess I should have been more specific when I
Unless you
said
guys
that
decide
stuff.
you don't. So you guys as characters can decide you don't want to follow William because he's a little bit off.
I'm following him. I've got to put my trust in him. He's the
No,
person
you
guiding
don't.
us.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen William? He's a drunk.
Yeah, I know I stole your liquor.
William's still sad about that.
He doesn't know it was me though because he was drunk.
Well,
Okay, do I see anything as I'm going over the hill? I'm gonna be walking a little bit slower paced and keeping an eye out for stuff.
Did you roll me a perception? Did I miss that perception roll? You do not see anything out of the ordinary. Again, you see those boulders. They now appear like boulders pulled from or rocks pulled from a field. But you see no people, no creatures.
Are there any of the boulders close by?
They would be like 50 feet in front of you.
I guess I'll walk towards one of those because if it is a boulder, then I can hide behind it, and if it moves, then I'm going to be approaching it as if it may be something like balled up or hiding behind it, but I'm going to look at it nonetheless. Did that make sense?
So you approach this boulder, and it appears to still be a boulder. So if you're crouching behind it, you're able to safely get 3/4 cover behind it.
Okay. Then I'm gonna get back out on the trail. And is the team still following me? Does it look like they're still following me?
You would not know, right? So you would just a gesture. Unless you walk back to the top of the hill, you would be able to see.
Oh, they haven't made it over?
Nope, not yet. So I'm assuming you'd be able to make it down the hill faster than they'd be able to get up the hill. Not where person.
I'm gonna just wait by the boulder until they get over then. Until I see them crossed.
So the rest of the team, you guys join with, you see this little, it's kind of in between 2 hills with the bases. It's like a little valley area. You would get a false sense of security in this area. Morose, you would know that this area offers no protection.
Okay.
This looks like a setup. We need to keep our wits about us.
Do I see them come over?
Yep, you would see him come over.
Then I'll go ahead and pop back out so that William can see me. Because I would have assumed he'd be looking for me.
And again, I am listening, but you have not had me have a perception check anytime you want to.
All right, if you want a perception check, go ahead.
Oh, God.
That'd be a good.
Okay, guys, it's all clear. Let's just try.
Morose has tinnitus. It could only hear ringing.
So the area we're coming up on,
Mhm.
my understanding is so it's like a low area between 2 hills.
Yeah.
We should go around that. In fact, I'm going to lead them around that.
Okay.
Do I see them start going off in a weird direction?
What?
If he's going to lead them around something, do I start seeing them go off in a weird direction?
You definitely see William go off in a different direction. It's whether or not anybody follows William.
I'm following
Well,
William.
I've got to trust in him.
I couldn't hear anybody else over here.
We follow.
So you're leading them around?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Also, I'll do a perception check as I do it to see if I see anything else like lying at way to the top of hills specifically. Right there.
I knew it.
Jesus.
Wow.
And yet, that was a better roll than mine.
Waffle also has tinnitus, except it sings to him as well. It's actually just like the psycho music. Whole time.
Welcome to the blind leading the blind.
So there you go.
I'm going to, if I see them turn off, I'm going to start heading towards them because I'm going to assume they saw something I wasn't aware of
Okay.
and get back to them. But I'm going to try and keep looking for things. Do I perceive?
Nice.
Someone was bound to roll perception better than a 1 eventually.
Ellywick, you see far off, at the edge of your vision, an eye. It blinks and it disappears.
Oh, goodness.
How far is my vision? Like, how far away did I perceive that to be? How far?
1 second.
Okay. I was making sure I didn't lose everybody.
No, you.
And like, which direction
Oh.
is it? Like the direction I'm headed, or the side or up towards the
Uh,
hill?
Off to the side, not the direction you're going, and it would be if your vision is 60 feet, and you think this would probably be 60.1. Like it's just at the very edge.
Okay. So not the direction I'm going, so I would have seen it off towards the direction I kind of was going, and I've now turned away and heading up, right? Okay. Then I'm gonna move a little bit faster when I saw that and head towards our group. And I'm going to quietly ask Barzu if I can borrow the eye for a bit and pull out a treat as a form of exchange to also kind of keep him quiet.
Okay. So Barju doesn't make a noise, and he drops the eye. He realizes kind of what's going on in the situation.
Awesome. Do I see anything now that I have the eye as I'm still heading towards my group?
You see nothing beyond your vision.
Okay. Am I to our group yet?
Yep, you're to your group.
Okay. I'm gonna say, very quietly, do they see me or does just William see me or?
Just William would see you.
Okay. I'm gonna say, stop guys, I saw an eye down there, something's down there, down the hill a ways. Did you guys turn off for any reason? You guys went a different direction.
The terrain that you were going through just looked like an ambush waiting to happen. I was going to loop around and find you on the other side.
Probably did.
Okay, well maybe since you seem to understand this terrain better and I did see something down there, I'll just follow your lead.
You said you
Okay.
saw an eye. Was it like just a floating eye, or was it on something?
Well, it was an eye low to the ground and it just looked like some kind of creature or something. It was just at the very edge of my vision, so I couldn't tell much about it.
Can you reach
Other-
out with your talking to creatures and see if it responds?
It was really far away. It's not, and I've been reaching out the entire time and not felt anything. So
How big was it?
Did it look like a Nothic eye?
would I know that?
We've fought several of them. I would hope so.
Did it look like something like that, or was I even able to tell? DM.
At 22
No,
perception.
you just realize you recognize it as an eye. You weren't able to determine like what it could have come from. If there was a second eye, you just saw an eye.
Nope, that's all I know was it looked like an eye, which means there's something down there. I didn't know what it was, couldn't tell anything. My poor baby.
So you want me to go out and scout it out in more detail?
Or we can follow your lead to get around this area and we can continue to keep looking for things. But I don't know how to traverse terrain knowing that there could be ambushes, that kind of thing. So if you know a better route.
Well, not specifically a better route, but hills on both sides is a great place for an ambush if they know that we're coming.
The biggest problem is we need to take a rest at some point. But there's obviously a camp, or we saw a camp at one point in front of us, and like William said, those hills there, that could easily be an ambush. So, at this point, one of the other big problems is if we do take a rest, we only have Ellywick and William that can see in the dark. So they either both need to stay up for two watches, two of the 4 watches each, or we'd have to strike up a campfire so that we could see. And I think if we strike up a campfire this close to that campfire, that would be very, very problematic.
Is there any reason we couldn't strike up if we think they're around here and there's obviously something out there? Do you think we could draw them to a spot and then attack them that way?
That is a possibility, but again, you gotta think of the fact that the vast majority of the group can't see in the dark. And even though we can see a little bit by moonlight, I'm not sure. I think that would put us at a significant disadvantage.
Maybe. But a fire would probably lure everything in the area to it.
Well, it depends on how obvious the fire is. If we put it at the top of a hill, that clearly anybody with any type of knowledge would know that that is a decoy, and that whoever struck that fire would want them to go to that area. So we'd have to make it look like we were camping and just not camp there.
Yeah, well, if we just put it at the base of a hill, the light and the smoke will probably bring everybody within at least 100 feet of us. At that point, we'll be able, since we have a general idea of what direction they might be, the other way, we can see them before they see us.
Real quick, the hill that you were talking about, the Ellywick breached. What is the cardinal direction over the hill?
She went south, so it'd still be south of the hill.
Okay, so south is what she crossed. North is where we were at the time, I believe. Did William lead us east or west around there? So I'm just gonna draw something. So we got kind of like a hill thing. There's a hill on each side. Ellywick was right here. She went across right there. Did William lead us on this side or on this side?
Yes.
It's not helpful.
Let's go right.
So you want to go right?
Right turns.
Okay. And yeah, that should be turned completely upside down. Sorry. But so if rid of all those. So essentially, we're over where this X is on that side of the hill. Actually, on the east, because this hill is facing northwest or northeast, but that's really south. So we're on the side. Yeah, that's west. So we're currently on the west side of that hill. If we strike up a fire, a little bit of illumination should go, or should be apparent on the other side of the hill, but also the smoke should be.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the thing that leads them to us. Assuming they want to attack us. Again, it could be people, for all we know.
I don't know. It's probably safer not to have a campfire.
Well, the campfire would just be a dummy fire. We would light it, and then we would, let's say, move 100 feet south, or in this case, north of it. And then when they come from the south over the hill, we'll be there waiting for them. If they actually approach the campfire, it'll illuminate them. You'll be all able to be able to see them.
I guess that's true.
Is that more accurate?
So, yes.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do? Like, what is your final answer on what you're going to do?
I don't like the idea of a dummy fire because several of us are going to be fighting at a disadvantage.
We're going to be fighting at a disadvantage regardless.
Unless we don't fight and then we just camp out. Because the other thing is it's getting late. We're going to be fatigued and we're going to be fighting in a situation where half the group can't see very well.
Is it getting late?
It's dark.
Time is passing, yes. So you are now in the weeest hours of the morning. So your kind of options are at this point is to stay in this area and decide how you're going to handle it. You can push forward towards unknown things, or you can turn back and settle.
I think we should turn back.
Turn back and settle.
Let's get through the night. Let's get the rest of our group on a more even footing, and let's continue from there. We have no idea what that eye was a part of. We don't know, any part of it. And unfortunately, because we've pushed so far in tonight, even though we're going to go back a wee bit, I think we still need to have William and Ellywick up for 2 of the 4 watches each.
I think that we are passing up on a great opportunity here.
All right, so you have those options. Zerevex, what are you going to do? Are you going to propose another plan, or are you going to decide with one of those?
I think pulling back and resting is probably the best bet for now, seeing as how I can't see it all, and I don't think building a campfire and then going and hiding off to the side is going to be very helpful, especially after, a full day of travel. Probably not in the best shape to fight.
Lark, what are you saying you should do? Throw in, or are you going to...
I say go back and rest.
Ellywick?
Yes, I'm fine with going back and resting. Why did William not want to do that? Sorry, I missed that.
I just think that this is a good opportunity that if there are raiders that are lagging behind the main force and they are out here, we can draw them to a fire, take care of them here, and then we don't have to worry about dealing with them later.
All right, so Ellywick, regardless of your decision, Lark, Zerevex, and Moros, you've all voted to go back.
Yeah, and I'm going to say after a march of 30 miles, it's suicide to try to push forward and fight in a situation where half the team can't contribute fully.
Okay. So you guys are now turning back. You were able to successfully make it to where you are. The landscape. We were. The landscape has not changed. How far back do you want to go?
How far did we go? Was it 2 miles? Was it several miles?
What is the number and what is the number?
2 miles.
That rule is technically at least 3.
You guys want to go back 1 mile?
That's pretty far.
I thought maybe just over the hill or something, but whatever, I'll follow. I'm tired.
5 or
Figure half a mile would be plenty.
okay. Who all wants to go back half mile?
That's fine.
Me.
That's fine.
Burroughs is peeing, so we don't know what our commander-in-chief is thinking.
Alright, but you can still RP what your character would say. So, Ellywick, if you feel like your character would follow it, or Lark, you feel like your character would be like, no, we need to go back further. And you guys should feel comfortable RPing your characters as you kind of feel like they would do. But for the sake of Rose going to the bathroom, I will say you at least go a half mile. What are you guys talking, thinking, doing on your way back as you're walking? Are you communicating at all? Ellywick, you're watching for trips and falls and such, right? Anything that could indicate you? William, are you looking for anything?
Not specifically.
Okay. Are you walking back over kind of where the path is over your own tracks? Where you assume they would be for those of you that cannot see in the dark?
No, I
Probably.
thought we would have been going, like, I know we came off the hill a little way, so I would have figured we would have just backtracked almost straight back from there. But
It would be the best option, but again, half of us can't see, and the people that can see aren't the best trackers, so that's
Yeah.
what I would suggest.
Okay. So you have made it a half mile from where you were at the hill.
are we down the other side of the hill? Like, we had just bridged the hill, so we'd be going back and going down that hill. So, are we at the base of the hill or further?
You're a few rolling hills away now.
Okay.
Should be plenty to rest here.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So setting up watch and
Yep.
all that stuff.
Let's set up our watches.
And I'm guessing that there's going to be no campfire then.
Or how
Nope.
will you burn? Okay, watches.
No campfire, definitely no campfire. Like I said, Ellywick and William need to take a full 2 watches each.
Alright, so who's gonna go first?
You commanding us to do this?
I mean,
Or are you asking?
yeah, and I was also going to say, if we take 2 full watches, we don't get the benefit of a long rest.
No. Well, yeah, they still get 8 hours, don't they?
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
I thought each one was 2 hours.
A long, yes, but
Oh.
a
If
long
they
rest is
four.
8 hours, and 6 of it must be spent to sleep.
Not on watch. So if you had an elf, this plan would work, so you only need 4. But nobody's an elf.
Nicole!
I tried to get her to play with us tonight because she was complaining about being bored. Suddenly she wasn't bored anymore.
Damn it. What are the ramifications of somebody only having a short rest after a full day?
Exhaustion
Exhaustion.
sets on.
Can we just sleep longer?
They could just do one, like each one do the first and then the second. And then, by the time the 3rd and 4th watch, it'll actually start to be morning already.
Is that correct?
If you do first, second, third, fourth, and start in the morning, yeah, it would be correct.
Okay. That's fine.
So,
So how do you want the watches to go?
I guess I can take first watch.
And
Yeah.
then
Guess that leaves me with second.
okay.
Unless you wanted first.
Second works for me.
Alright, and then third.
Zerevex
There's,
has 3rd.
gross.
Zerevex.
Guess I'll take 4th.
I'll stay up. No, I'll get up for this. No. So Ellywick's on the first watch.
First and second watches are the pitch black watches that you can't see in.
Right. Just based on past history, I think Ellywick is more likely to wake people up if there's an issue, so I'm going to take the second watch with William.
You just want to drink with them.
No, not in this situation. No, my nerves are on edge. I do not want to drink in this situation. No.
Lark, are you taking fourth watch?
Yeah.
And William and Heather. Alrighty. Alright. Ellywick. You are the first watch. In the
Okay.
pitch dark night. Black night, whatever.
I'm gonna be looking around and meditating and communing with nature to see if there's anything nearby that could harm us and or help us. And
Harm us and help us? Are you looking for Sour Patch Kids?
Go to sleep.
First they're sour,
Um,
then they're sweet.
Anyway, so are you gonna do anything with Barzu, or you're not gonna do anything?
Yeah,
with
I was
Barzu?
gonna. Since I'm not seeing anything with the eye, I'm gonna give the eye back to Barzu. And I'm gonna ask him. Can Barzu see fairly well in the dark?
You would assume that as a crow, his night vision is severely limited.
Okay. Then I'll just ask him to see if keep on the lookout for and listen to see if there's anything coming by or anything like that. Just to notify me if he notices something out of the ordinary.
Okay, so your watch passes quietly, and nothing happens.
I'm gonna go wake up William and Morose, and say I didn't hear anything or see anything on my watch.
Okay.
Good luck. Let's get some rest, Barzu.
Barzu kind of nuzzles in and is ready to sleep.
Alright, so usually I do my martial arts stuff, which I will do this time, but I'm actually going to do it with my eyes closed, because even though I can see a little bit, I'm going to take this opportunity as a time to really heighten my other senses. My sound, feeling the wind, trying to smell anything that comes, our way through the wind, that type of thing. And also see if I can actually successfully go through all of my motions and stuff while my eyes are closed.
Fair enough. Alright. You feel the wind pass by. You feel kind of the dew as the morning approaches. However, you hear nothing out in the hills. You see nothing out in the hills. Nothing happens on your watch. So
You sound
it
disappointed.
Sorry, I dropped my dice when I went to go roll it, and so couldn't see it from where I was at. You do, however, notice when you finish your martial arts that William is no longer with you. It is you and the darkness.
Okay, well, since I can sense that I'm alone, I will just sit. I'll sit with a blade across my knees, and again, I am focusing all of my energy in hearing. I want to hear William's footsteps, other footsteps, animals' footsteps, anything like that. I am 100% focused on my hearing right now. I'm not even questioning or wondering where he's going. I just care about the group and my personal safety.
Alrighty. The rest of your watch passes quietly. It is now Zerevex's watch.
Okay, when I wake up, I'm going to go and just kind of do a walk around, since it's starting to get light. I'm going to actually walk up to the crest of some of the hills, if they're relatively close, and see if I can see anything around. Like if I could see, if there was, tracks by there or anything like that.
So you can tell that some of the hills have been a bit disturbed, just from what you can see in the very early morning light. Perhaps you'd be able to see more if you got closer, if there was more light present.
Okay. If I don't see anything, with the limited vision, then I'm just going to go and stay on alert down by everyone.
Okay. Let me roll for you. You hear and you see nothing while you're on alert. You do notice that William is no longer with the party.
Okay. Can I tell from, where where he had gone from tracks or anything?
You'd have to roll me a perception check. You're unable to discern which tracks may be his or which tracks may be the raiders.
Okay. Then I'm going to wait for Lark to wake up.
Okay. So now it is Lark's watch. It is now full daylight. Or not full daylight, but there is daylight. More than there was during Zerevex. So, Lark, upon waking, you would notice that William is no longer with the party.
That's odd. Did you see where he went? I'm talking to Zerevex.
No, when I woke up, he was gone. I tried to look around, see if I could see where his tracks led to, but I couldn't tell. I'm guessing, seeing as how Morose is just asleep, that they were fine at the time, so I'm just waiting to see if he'd come back.
I'm gonna look to see if I notice anything out of place around us.
Sure. You see what you would perceive to be William's footsteps, but you can neither tell if they are from when you came back last night, when you left last night, or any of that.
Does everything look calm? Like there's no struggle or anything?
Everything looks calm. Nothing appears to be disturbed close to you. Everything seems as if there was never a raid. Nothing's happened. It's a very calm world at this early hour of the morning.
Is there any like vantage points I can climb up real quick?
Nothing that you could quickly climb. There are hills and such that are by, but nothing that you could quickly climb.
Okay, I want to wake up Morose real quick and just kind of gently shake his shoulder and see if he knows where William went.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm shaking Morose's shoulder.
They have no idea. I couldn't see. Talk to me.
And you weren't worried that
Well-
he suddenly disappeared?
Yeah, I am worried, but I can't see out there, and I don't want to leave the group. Doesn't make sense for two of us to be out wandering.
I mean, should we get up and go look for him, or should we just wait for another 2 hours?
Yeah, if he hasn't come back when we're all awake, go after him. But for right now, I need to finish up my rest. And I turn over and go back to sleep.
Well, okay. I guess no one really cares that one of our party members has suddenly disappeared in the night.
I mean, I care, but I can't do anything about it now.
Would I
It's
have
bright
heard
sun
this?
now.
Was this enough that I would have woken up?
No, you probably. I mean, that was a pretty quiet conversation.
Yeah, I would have been speaking groggily. I just got woke up and I want to go back to sleep.
And I doubt that Lark is shouting. Nobody cares if one of our party members just disappeared in the dark.
Yeah.
Night is dark and full of terrors.
I don't
and not
know
really
that he's disappeared.
I would imagine Lark would be like, well, if he's dead and I find him first, then I can probably take the vast majority of shit.
He's probably
I
not
thought
carrying
he was
anything
rough.
good anyway.
He's got at least some gold.
He's carrying a loot. Why does he have a loot? Is this the foreshadowing of what? It's gonna be a bard.
Okay, I'm gonna go and wake up Ellywick, 'cause I think we might need Barzu to do a quick search. So I'm gonna wake up Ellywick and just be like, hey, I'm waking up and everyone's telling me that they haven't seen Williams for the last few hours, but no one seemed to have done anything since then. So do
What?
you think yeah.
He's gone?
Yeah, he's not here. I don't
And
see anything like
nobody thought that was important to let somebody know?
apparently not. So if we want to send Barzu and just do a quick sweep of the area, mean, I don't see anything that someone got attacked in the night. I kind of looked around, nothing was disturbed, but it's kind of weird that he would just walk off in the middle of the night.
Well, I think it's light enough for Barzu to be able to see. I'll ask him, do you think Tabitha would be willing to look around too?
Yeah, probably. She probably wouldn't be able to go too far though.
Okay.
She might look while she goes to hunt.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Barzu and say, Barzu, the William, you know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you could fly around and see if you can find him? Possibly he's wandered off and we don't know where he is.
Okay. Did he get eaten?
I don't know. You have to let us know if he got eaten.
Okay. What if Barzu gets eaten?
You fly away if it looks scary, and you come back to me, okay?
Yeah, but I once saw this seagull eat this one bird that was just chilling out, and it just came up to him and wrong, and then it was dead. Gone. It had wings.
Well, you've survived this long, and you're a pretty awesome bird. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Okay. So Barzu then flies off.
And then I'm gonna turn to Tabitha and ask her if she'd be willing to see if she knows where William went and if she can find him. Let us know. Tabitha, do you think you could do a quick search around and see if you can find William while you're out hunting?
Yeah.
Thanks so much. I'm sure Lark has plenty of good treats for you when you get back.
So when you say treat, Tabitha purrs, and without a second thought, just kind of runs out to look for William.
If not, I'm sure I've got something in my pack.
There's a bird.
Then I'm gonna turn back to Lark and say, well, they've both gone off to look. I'm gonna try and continue getting a little bit of rest.
Okay.
If they get back, let me know.
Okay, I'll stay up and keep a watch and look around.
Thanks. And I roll over and try to fall back asleep.
Okay.
What was that?
I dig that grave, man. Important.
Ellywick's gonna multi-class as a D.
No, I turned back. I was re-looking at what William had said. I didn't see that come up yet.
So,
So we're waiting for animals to come back / Lark's watch.
so what are you guys doing while you're waiting for Barzu and Tabitha to return?
Everyone else is asleep, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna be kind of pacing around and keeping an eye out, and kind of uneasy that one of our team just kind of disappeared. And definitely because other two teammates that were up during this time of his disappearance didn't say anything.
They're like, no, it's fine. It's cool. So after a while, Tabitha returns and kind of prances back to Ellywick, tail high. You can tell that Tabitha is in a good mood. Ellywick, what do you say?
Hey Tabitha, did you find anything?
No, treat.
Okay. I turn to Lark and say, do you have anything in your pack that she particularly loves? Or do you know of something? Because I've got some dried meat in my pack that I can give her, but I didn't know if you had something special.
I have some dried tuna that she can have. If she has
Okay.
some news, anyway. I'm not going to give it to her if she didn't bring anything back for us.
Tabitha seems down at that.
She didn't have anything, but I did tell her that we'd give her something for looking.
Fine. She can have a tuna. Better do
and
better next
Tabitha's
time.
ecstatic.
Did you see anything while you were out there? Anything that might have been helpful, Tabitha?
Well, I saw this large creature.
Yes.
Let me
What was it?
double check something here. Don't want us to do something. Same. Okay, I saw this large creature out and about by the hills.
What did it look like?
Hold on. It was blue and it looked angry and it had some markings and she's purring as she says this. And it was not William.
And you don't know what kind of creature it was?
If you can imagine a cat kind of just like shrugging, like really spending enough time around here, type of thing.
So it was blue and had markings on it. What else?
And it looked kind of big and hulking.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I reach in my packet and see if I can't find any. And I reiterate with her, it was around the hills, which direction? And I'm starting to hand her some dried meat.
Sure. This is off to the east.
Off to the east. Thank you so much. That's very helpful. And
so as Tabitha is finishing this up, you see Barzu return.
oh, Barzu, you're back. Did you find William?
I found an alligator.
You found an alligator?
I don't know if it was actually an alligator.
What did it look like?
It was big and kind of gray. It didn't look very happy. It had some black stuff on it. Yeah.
It
was an alligator.
It was an alligator? Did it have scales or fur?
And Barzi looks confused. So you're like, it's an alligator.
Okay. I'm gonna hand him a quick treat. I'm gonna ask him which direction first as I'm handing him a treat and say, which direction was it?
And he kind of like turns around, like he's on your shoulder and kind of hopping around and gestures off to the east.
Okay.
And he goes, hey.
Yes.
Hey. How many teeth does the alligator have?
I don't know. How many?
Barzi looks seriously concerned, like, I don't know. I don't know how many teeth an alligator has.
I don't know either.
Oh, can I keep a pet alligator?
No.
Oh.
They seem scary.
Oh.
If we find a nice one, maybe he'll join us.
Okay. I'm
But
gonna
he
name
can't
him
eat
Todd.
anybody. And then I turn back to Lark and say, well, nobody found William, but there's a strange hulking beast to the east that is are crows colorblind?
Not this one.
Okay, so
Or wait, you've not had anything to tell you that he is colorblind. But this is the first time he's given you a color description.
well, and Tabitha told me blue, right?
Yes.
but they're both off to the east and they both had markings on them.
Yep.
Okay. Are cats colorblind or specifically colored that I would know?
Who would? What is your? Have you used your change shape at all? Your wild shape?
Yes. I think I turned into a wolf at one point.
You would think that her colors are probably fine.
Okay. Then I'm gonna turn back and say, Tabitha thought it was blue. Barzu said it was gray. I'm not sure if it may have been a blue-gray, something along those lines, or how their colors match, but there's something off to the east that we want to be aware of. It had markings on it. I'm not sure what it could be, but I guess when it's time to wake everyone up, we might want to check it out. But we also don't know where William went.
So while you're describing this, in really adorable little chirps, Barzu is just saying, alligator, 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 alligator. You wonder who taught him this word.
I wonder who taught him this word.
Yes, at this point you would question it.
Why, Barzu, why are you so excited about alligators?
Well, I think they're fun. Sometimes they let me ride on them. Yeah. Free rides. Tall rides. Free tall rides.
Tall rides. How tall?
And Barzy's like 3-4 Ellywicks tall.
Wow, that is tall. And it's an alligator?
Yeah.
Who told you it was an alligator?
Barzy doesn't respond. But he does continue to chirp very adorably, alligator, alligator, alligator.
At this point, I'm going to ask if it had, I'm going to reiterate, does it look like it had stuff like how my hair looks on it? Trying to get it if it has fur or not.
Yeah. Barzu says no. You're like, no, no.
Okay. Do you know what else they do?
Well, they swing stuff around and they look shiny and they've got one giant tooth that swings through the air.
A giant tooth that swings through the air? How do they swing it?
They open their mouth and they swing it through the air.
Huh. Would I have any idea what that sounds like?
No. You probably guess it's not an alligator.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it's not an alligator. Okay. Well,
Okay. So the final watch is over. If everyone's up, or you can gently wake people up, Lark, you're probably still chillaxing, or concerned that everything's going on, but
Yeah, I think we'd wake everybody up now that we've gotten some more information.
so I'm gonna tell everyone. First, I'm gonna be like, why didn't you, either of you, let us know that William was gone?
Well, the reason why I didn't wake anyone else up is because, everyone does need to rest. And if he just wandered off, maybe he just wanted to be alone for a bit. I really don't know. And he was already gone, and Rose didn't seem to be alarmed at the fact that he had gone off, so I wasn't too concerned about it.
Morose? Morose?
If you're talking, you're on mute. If you're not talking, then.
Is he asleep?
I woke him up.
Ellywick, go poke him.
I am.
The role playing will be accurate.
Yeah. Maybe he's asleep.
His notes might be lacking.
Or they might be the best notes ever. There is a certain point I want to get to tonight, though.
Our party's slowly disappearing.
I warned you that the night was dark and full of terrors, and then everybody's like, hey, it's fine.
Yep, it's fine.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
He was asleep. Like laid back in his chair, feet up on the other chair, and out.
We're fine.
Morose, is there a reason you didn't wake us up when William disappeared?
Yeah. I couldn't see. I had no idea where he was going, so I was just listening to see if there was anything wrong, and I didn't hear anything, so I figured he had some type of
It's the same thing that I thought, that, nothing to be concerned about. Maybe you just want time alone.
Well, are you concerned now when he's still not here?
slightly more so, yes.
And nobody can seem to find him. We've sent both Barzu and Tabitha out to search for them, and all they've come back to tell us is that there is some very large, somewhere around 9 to 12 feet tall creature that is blue or gray and has a tooth that is very large and sounds fairly dangerous. And it's off to the east.
Does it look well
it's got
fed?
some weird markings on it.
Does it look well fed?
I don't know. I did hear it looked angry.
Does it look drunk?
I don't know.
Okay.
Tabitha, did it look drunk? The
Oh.
weird creature?
So Tabitha is eating her tuna and says, no. It looks a lot like Morose when he does his exercise.
She said it didn't look drunk, but it looked a lot like you, and I'm looking at Morose, when you do your exercises.
Huh. So, well, we did notice in all the footprints that there were definitely reptiles, so that could be it.
Well, and Barzu keeps calling it an alligator, but it didn't really sound like an alligator to me. But maybe...
ask him if it was a deep blue like the champion that Zerevex fought off.
Yeah, that could be the champion. Which way is it?
To the east?
Well,
Yep.
that is where William originally went, and he did really want to head towards the campfire when we all wanted to turn back. Perhaps he went there by himself.
Maybe we should make haste that way. Since we can actually see, we can actually make pretty good time.
Yeah, I agree. Now that everybody's awake, let's just run that way.
Okay. So you're just running straight east? Are you going to send Barzu out front to guide you? Tabitha out in front to guide you? Are you staying with the group?
It would make sense for Barzu to be a sentry up in the air.
Barzu, do you think you could guide us towards the alligator?
Yeah. Can I name him Todd?
If he doesn't try to eat us, sure.
Okay. And so he flies up in the air. He's circling. And generally leading you off to the east. As you go more eastern, you find a kind of an area where farmers must have piled some rocks up. In this, you can see kind of a hulking creature with a halberd.
Is this the same creature that was the champion?
No. So you do not recognize this creature as that. If anybody wants to make a history check on the creature, I can tell you what you know or don't know. Is anybody else going to make a history check?
Oh god. That's a critical one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crit one.
Damn, I've been rolling well tonight.
Okay.
Our poor baby.
Oh.
Anyway.
Hold on. Oh, is she having problems?
Yeah. You remember when I said that she was all quiet? That lasted for about 10 minutes. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. There's just some really high pitched sound for a second.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Like a
That-
battery backup failing.
Yeah, that was. It sounded like my battery backup, actually.
From looking at it, it looks like a Goliath.
A Goliath?
Yeah, I think so too.
Funny, I don't know what it is.
You've never seen this creature before at all. You're just like, oh my god, it is an alligator. Barzy was right about everything. So you see this large creature, Ellywick. Well, everybody, you would notice that this is not a 9-foot tall creature. In fact, it looks closer to just over 7 feet. Thing. This Goliath is in some chainmail and has a large halberd. He's doing some martial exercises. Morose, you would recognize these as being well practiced exercises, well disciplined.
Okay. Hang on a sec. So obviously it's morning. We can all see just fine. They can see me. He hasn't spotted us yet?
Yep.
All right. So I will say, let me go try to talk to him. He does look. Did you say he looks angry, or he's in the middle of his stuff, right?
He's in the middle of his stuff.
Okay, so what I want to do is, obviously I've done these well enough, many times. I want to approach, but stop at a place where it would be respectable to let them finish out their thing. So obviously I'm not going to be aggressive at all. I'm not going to have any weapons on me, and I'm going to stop at a distance to where I want to let that Goliath finish out what he's doing.
All right. So this Goliath continues through and gets to the ending point of this exercise.
Okay.
So he is now probably doing the final breaths and meditation required for the exercise. If you were to approach him, this would be a good time to do so.
Okay, so did you say that he was in some ruins?
No, this looks like where farmers would put the rocks that come from their fields that come up every year.
Okay. All right. So as he's finishing up, I'll walk forward, and I'll say, "Nice form. Who taught you?"
So he's finishing his breaths. His eyes are closed. He has not yet responded to
Well,
you.
I don't want to. If he's at that last point, that's like where you center yourself. I would not want to interrupt him there. So I want to like wait. I'll say I'll wait until his eyes open.
Okay.
So I don't want to interrupt that. That's where you're like trying to gather yourself and shit. And it'd be really fucking annoying if somebody came up and tried to talk to you during that point.
Yeah.
So you said this would be a good time to approach him. I would recognize a good time to approach him is after he's done with that part.
Yep.
Torren, son of Torren, learned this through family. Torren know this from family.
What's that sound? It sounds like William, but we don't see him anywhere.
Yeah, about that.
William's gone now.
Are we gonna get a bard?
No.
Can we call
I
him?
so wanted to be one.
Can we call him Bardzu?
Oh boy. Now you guys can't have bards. Your bards keep mysteriously dying in the night.
Okay, so
Okay.
as he's finished and he opens his eyes, I say, "Nice form. Who taught you?"
Torren learned from family.
Is William actually talking for Goliath?
Yes.
Oh,
Did you hear that William's gone now?
like dead?
He's gone. You don't know if he's dead or not.
What do you mean he's gone?
Wait. So, Torren is not telling you that William is gone. Torren is having a conversation with Muros. Muros, you have to look up at this creature in order to talk to him.
Okay. We just lose William. Anyway, did you say Torren or Corin?
This creature's name is Torren. He said son of Corin.
Oh gosh, he does have a different name. Huh. Okay.
So, are we all able to hear this conversation, or is
No,
this...
I'm off away from you guys. But you said Torren learned from family?
Torren learned from family.
I too am self-taught. You seek to learn more.
So Muros, as you're looking at this creature, you notice that the skin of the Goliath really appears to have been almost carved from stone. It looks hard and such. There are scars across the face. And he stands before you in the chainmail with this halberd. He's more than just large. It looks as if he's from the mountain.
Oh, okay. So, still my question was, I first say that I too am self-taught, and do you seek to learn more?
I was just filling that gap with more information.
Okay.
Well, Warren was waiting on apparently.
What does Dragonkin want?
I'm curious to know who you are.
I am Torren, son of Corin.
Why are you here?
Torren got lost.
Interesting. A
Went
member
on
of our
great
party.
journey.
Huh?
Torren got lost. Went on great journey. Went through many lands. Fought many people. Now is here.
Interesting. We've recently also lost a member of our party. Are you seeking fellowship?
Torren likes friends.
We can be friends. And perhaps I can show you some things and you can show me some things.
So Ellywick, you hear Barzu, who's got pretty good hearing because he's heard, saying, Todd. But only you can realize that he's been named Todd.
What is he saying?
Todd.
Oh, Todd.
Thrown out Todd.
Odd?
Todd.
Todd. With a T.
Yes, I guess that can be your Todd. He seems nice from what it looks like from here.
Perfect. Perfect. He says in a higher tone. He is happy. So Moros, you've talked to him. Torren, what are you?
Well, and I'm gonna offer. Would you like to meet the rest of our group?
Torren could use breakfast. We talk over food.
Bring you what?
Torren, like breakfast. Torren, eat breakfast. Bring your friends. We talk.
Okay. So it sounds like he wants us to go to him. I will go ahead and go. I'm trying to stay somewhat within his sight, but I'll go to the rest of the group and motion to come forward and join us.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
I guess I head over.
Yep. I guess so. I'm gonna head over very cautiously, but not too worried since Barzu likes these Goliaths. But also still it's a big creature.
Yeah. So Lark and Ellywick, while you recognize this as a Goliath, you know that these are pretty rare. It's a rare sight to see. You might have seen one in Neverwinter, or you may have heard of them before, but this is your first time actually seeing them. It's everybody's first time, but since you recognize the creature, it would be your first time seeing one in person.
Right. So I'm gonna stay to the edge.
Are we gonna find William's body at some point? I assume he had some loot on there. Lark should at least be interested.
You guys let a character die. Rough Saturday. Technically Sunday.
I think based on his game or based on his play style, he's been trying to die for several weeks now.
Ironically, no.
He's had
no.
poison. He's done like a million different things to try to kill himself.
Okay, so you now have Torren.
Do we get any experience for William dying within the area?
Oh shit!
We don't.
No, but I did forget to give you experience for going around the trap. So that's 75 experience per person for going around the trap.
Oh, there was a trap. did William not go around the trap?
No, he's the one who led us around the trap.
Yeah, so he took you
And
there.
apparently he went back to spring it.
He was like, "Hey, you know what? These people worked really hard to put this trap here." So yeah, and then take 35 experience each for having Torren join your party, convincing a Goliath to go adventuring.
Wait, I mean, we just walked up to this Goliath. Half this party did. I don't know anything about him.
And
Fair enough.
35.
Yeah, he's suddenly in our party?
Well, I mean, you can kick him out. But
Or
good
we can always let him wander off in the middle of the night. So as they approach, I'll explain that it seems that this Goliath has lost his way and likes friends.
Okay, well, I like friends also. And where's William? Should we go look for him?
So I'll ask Torren. I'll say, did you by any chance see a skinny little fellow that may have been drunk that likes to tickle things eldrically?
Torren see nothing. It's dark all night. Then sun rose. Get exercise.
Very well. It seems we're still without our friend William.
Alrighty.
Um.
Actually, you know what? Just real quick. So when I was doing my whole thing that last night, I was listening very, 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 very well. I would not have heard William go off anywhere.
You would not have.
So he was stealthing to get away with us, or get away from us.
He was stealthing or he was stealthily taken.
Okay. Interesting.
So, do we spend time searching for William with our new friend? Perhaps he might give some help, or do we continue on our quest?
I think the best guess for a culprit would have been the group that was not that far off from us that we were scouting. There was an eye that you saw. We don't know if it saw you or not, but if it did see us, then there's a pretty good chance that those could be the people that took him away from us. So I think if we want to find William again, our best bet is to go and examine that campsite, as they must almost assuredly be gone by now. Examine the campsite, see if we can see his prints anywhere, and then follow it and try to save him. And I'll fill in Torren. I'll say, as I mentioned, we're missing a party member. He was with us last night, and he's mysteriously disappeared. We saw a campfire and some type of encampment over the hill the previous day, but it got too late for us, so we couldn't push forward. And we're afraid that they might have taken our friend. So if you're willing to join us and come with us, we hopefully will run back into him again. Ultimately, though, we're going to take out a group of cultists. How do you feel about the goddess Tiamat?
Torren don't care about Tiamat. Torren fight though. If you're going to fight, Torren will join.
I love fighting, and I look visibly excited. I enjoy being strong and breaking things, and it sounds like this guy likes that as well. Well, if you'll have us, we could certainly use somebody of your stature.
Torren, join.
35 XP.
Torren has joined your party. You have too many party members. Oops.
No, we
I'm
don't.
sorry.
One of them's gone.
Well,
I accidentally log out.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant when I said I have too many party members.
I closed the wrong tab.
Oh jeez.
Oh, Tabitha.
Oh boy. Okay. Torren has joined your party. So you guys are gonna head then towards the
The campsite, yeah.
So you head south again. You do not find the encampment on the other side of that hill. You find no trace of a fire at all.
Okay, well, clearly I'm going to investigate that area.
Do we see the eye or anything?
Oh no, it's broad daylight. You see no trace of a campfire.
Or footsteps or anything.
You see no trace of footsteps. Actually, I take it back. You see one small set of footprints, and those are obviously Ellywick's.
She wasn't at the campsite.
Went down.
She didn't go all the way down to where the campfire was.
No, but you asked, do you see anything here? Guess you see footsteps. You see ones that would obviously be Ellywick's, and they go back behind a rock.
Right, but she didn't ever make it to the campsite, so we should be further on than where her
We
footsteps
don't know
are.
for sure where the campsite was.
Right, we don't know where the campsite is. We went back to where we thought it was.
Well, but I'm saying we should be pushing further than where Ellywick was, because we knew Ellywick, based on where we thought it was, Ellywick had not reached that point yet. Like, we should at least go to where Ellywick saw the eye and check around there. That's where I thought we were.
You are. There's nothing there.
Okay. Well, this is odd.
I think we should press on towards the hatchery.
I
We
think
can't
that's the
let
only
them
choice.
Sit there and possibly have a dragon around or hatch more to cause more problems.
Wholeheartedly agree. I imagine if they were going to take William anywhere, they'd take him to the hatchery, and yeah, I agree, we need to stop it before any more dragons come out. So, real quick, is a Goliath... Because Barzu mentioned something about lizard-like people, right? Goliath is not lizard-like, right?
No, it's not lizard-like.
So I would not think that he'd take any offense to us saying that we don't want any more dragons hatching.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
How big are dragon eggs? Would I know this?
You would guess that they're probably pretty big, but you wouldn't have an idea of exactly what size.
Just wondering.
The question is, do you have the ability to grab a dragon egg and still move?
I'm not sure. What is the weight of a dragon?
She's got a carpet.
I think the real question is, what is the estimated gold value of an unhatched dragon egg?
I can just picture
Of a laden swallow?
Candle lighting a dragon egg to see if it was close to hatching, how long she has to sell it.
Why can't I have a baby dragon?
Come on,
Easy.
Khaleesi.
Okay, so you guys are walking. Are you deciding to push through?
What do you mean by push through?
I agree.
Murrow said push through, right?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
What are we pushing through?
A dragon egg. No, we're
I want to continue.
Are we
on,
walking
so
to the
please.
hatchery?
yeah, I think that's where we're heading.
Yep. Or
Alright.
to that horseshoe cliff. So, if you guys are you guys deciding to push through?
Yep.
Yep.
So you guys are much closer now to the horseshoe cliffs, and as you start to approach it, you see an area that again pinches off. You can either go down so you're moving forward, and this is what you see. Well, let me make sure everything's on this right. Boy, remember to zoom out, kids.
Are you drawing it in a place that might be black?
Nope, I'm just making sure that when I move you to a different map, you'll see a.
Wait, zoom out?
We're going to a different map.
You're going to a different map.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Don't panic.
Ah!
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So this is what you see. Now you don't have to go down. So if you continue forward, you'll fall into this area. It's very similar to what you saw in the hills, except this is much steeper. You guys probably can't see anything.
And where are we?
A whole bunch of green.
So there's a river there?
No, so you see what appears to be scraggly rock. Can I bring you guys over?
While we're on this page, we can see.
Oh, I need to probably zoom out.
So you see a whole bunch of this scraggly rock and such, but
Where are we?
hold on. I keep trying to grab and paste.
Hey, there we are.
Except not really right.
Hey, look, it's William!
Hey, it's William.
Hey, he's back, guys!
We found him!
Yay!
Wait, where'd Torren go?
All we had to do is go to a different tile set, and there he is.
Hold on, look, you're not up there. You'll have to arrange yourselves in your.
So we're in the middle of this thing.
Yes. William is not William. Not William, is all I have to say.
Not William.
This
Not
could be
William.
very dangerous.
So are we up higher, or
So
is
as
this like a
you
cliff going
approach
down?
So you're starting to approach this area, right? And the green part that you're in starts to slope down, and there's a scraggly rock that starts to form up in a cliff. So like this area here is elevated, and this area here is elevated. You can search for another way to your goal, or you can go down this path.
Yeah, I don't want to go down through a tiny...
So this path is down.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a narrow canyon that's getting deeper and deeper the further in front of us.
Yeah, I think we should go on top of the canyon, not down the middle of the canyon.
And you can also look for a different way that is not either side of this. If you.
Yeah, let's look for a different way.
How hard would it be to just climb the sides?
Trying to give you a. Climb the sides. You would probably be able to do it pretty easily.
I would think. I mean, I would think before we go into this crevasse, I'd say let's not do this.
Yeah, you don't have to go in it. I'm letting you know that you don't have to. This would be the most direct way.
Yeah, let's.
There's something over here.
I think if there's more of a berth on this side, that we should head up this, or before we get into the crevasse, head up this way, and travel on top.
Hey, there's a Torren.
If you don't like that, we can talk about it later.
Yeah, we can worry about it later.
I just wanted you to have something. Alright, so if you're not going to go this way, then that's fine. So you're not going this way, are you going on top, or are you going a different way?
Bottom, how tall is this?
Here it starts off being just a few feet. By the time you get over here, it's about 30 feet raised.
So why don't we just double back and go around where it's only a few?
Well, you wouldn't even have to double back.
I think going on higher ground is definitely better. Going down that is just asking for archers to snipe you.
Alrighty. Which way are you guys going around?
Not much room. I mean,
Well, you could also go a completely different way and look for a different entrance to the horseshoe cliffs.
I was just commenting that there's an entire screen of.
Karen, how far were you wanting to make it?
Just like 10 minutes more.
Okay.
Hopefully. We're
Is-
almost there.
Lydia's screaming again, and I just feel bad.
Feel free to take care of your baby.
We'll let her scream for a little bit longer.
It'll be faster if you guys make a decision and just tell me where you want to go.
I just drew a line.
I just want to go on top of the thing, not in the crevasse.
Alright, top which side?
On the side that has more berth.
This side?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's up to everybody else, but that's where I would suggest going.
That's fine.
Are you guys actively looking for stuff now that you've kind of decided that this is a trap area?
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, I'm going to be looking across the other side and also down in the crevasse, like, as we pass. Like, I don't want to, like, constantly look over the side, but, you know, when we see boulders or something, look to see if there are people. Like, right here, I'm assuming there's a boulder here. I'm going to look to see if there's someone behind it, you know, behind it, that type of thing.
Everyone roll your perception.
The tinies with the perception.
Dang.
Things haven't changed very much for you.
Torrency bread.
Alright, so if you have not received a PM from me, you do not see anything out of the ordinary.
At Yeast, his rolls are still the same.
I think I see something maybe shiny like metal up there. We might need to be careful. This might be an ambush.
Yeah, me too. I saw that too.
This almost assuredly is an ambush.
Okay, but that is where we'll end up where Ellywick and Lark, you guys have seen a flash of metal. something shiny in the crags of the rocks.